being ambushed. You rested and got a long rest that night. And then from there, I'm blacked out. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Hmm. Well, that would be. I would help you with that if I remembered.
I'd help you if my brain wasn't melting out of my skull.
Wow. Um,
Uh,
I am trying to
we
check something, but I actually know what happened last session.
so we got ambushed. We went
Yes.
around town a couple places. Dom tried to threaten the, or not. He tried to mentally torture the,
Are we live? We are
what are their
live.
names? The
Uh,
Voctors.
yeah,
Okay.
I almost killed
Then
one of the Voctor brothers.
we went to the Raven people. They gave us some information about where the vampires were.
Correct.
We snooped around and talked to that one dude. Victor, I think his name was.
Yep, his name is Victor. That is the Baron's son.
Then after we talked to Victor, and he basically said, what did he say? I don't even remember.
There
Um,
is the Tome of Strahd, or at least a piece of it, at the old Bone Grinder, which the group of you already visited.
okay, and then we after we visited Victor, we went to, or we saw he was working on that teleportation circle, the fucky wucky one, and then we went to the vampire and fought it,
Okay. Uh,
and we're still fighting.
entered the Wachter house.
Also, why am I dead? Or is that something under me? Oh, that
Yeah,
is
that's
something under
something underneath you.
me.
Okay, so that's pretty comprehensive. That's very reasonable. Let's see. You see, I have multiple soundtracks that I've. There you go. Now, see, I put multiple soundtracks on the Roll20, but some of them don't work sometimes for no particular reason. Roll20
When they're
moment.
feeling like it.
Mm-hmm. So the group of you entered into the Voctor's basement as some kind of cult ritual was going on in a secret room off to the side. The group of you were ambushed by skeletons that came from the ground. You managed to destroy all of the skeletons and trap the fanatics in the room as they are unable to leave at the current moment because there's a spike growth in there.
You also closed the door.
Is the door closed? I don't think the door's been closed yet.
The door's open still.
Yeah. So the door is still open at the current moment, but they are unable to move, so they can only see anything that's directly through the door from their point of view, which at this current moment is none of you. So, actually, that guy. That guy.
No,
Not that guy.
don't mess with me. I'm just a little small little guy.
Yeah, so essentially, this is the only opening that, like, these two cannot be seen. So they can only see directly out this view. In addition to that, the vampire which was in the room transformed and made its way out into the open area. This one seems to be, as opposed to the one you fought before, which was weak and malnourished, this one seems to be at full strength at the current moment. You did manage to deal some damage to it, but it healed upon its previous turn. It has taken a little bit of damage at the current moment. However, the fanatics are the ones that are at the moment uh, currently ready to go, and they get the first turn. I can remove the blah, 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 blah. I can remove the skeletons from the turn order because you guys killed all of them already.
Yippee.
Oh my god, we killed all the enemies that had like 10 HP? Crazy. All the throwaway minions are dead? Wow.
Okay. All right. Mr. Brian O'Brien.
Yes.
You're the only one who can get seen.
I apologize.
You are the only
I'll
one
be
within
back.
eyesight of any of them. Unfortunately, you're only within eyesight of 2 of them at the current moment.
Okay.
Did you say unfortunately?
I think
Yeah,
you said
unfortunately for me. Unfortunately for me. For you, it's quite
Oh.
nice.
Storytelling.
Now.
I guess that's kill us.
Um. I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
If you succeed, you're gonna have to make another one.
All right. 16.
Okay. That is a success by a mile. Go ahead and make me another wisdom saving throw.
13.
No, I'm just kidding. You did succeed on both of them.
I'm curious, what was the DC? Can you tell me? Or no? It's fine if you
Uh,
can't.
Should I tell you? The DC is 11.
Oh, okay.
It's okay.
So-
That's very failable.
Yeah, that is failable. If it wasn't a wisdom saving throw, he might have failed.
Yeah.
Where'd this come from? Sorry, I was
Uh,
calling my kid.
Probably those two
These
fuckers that can see
two
me.
fanatics within line of sight are the only ones that are able to cast spells because the rest cannot
CS.
see anyone within line of sight.
Gotcha.
So
Oh,
2
wow.
of them cast spells,
Winning
2
out
of
the
them.
fanatics.
Oops. Oops.
Diego, you cast what was it? Spike growth in there?
Yeah, the spike growth's in there. They can still move, I think, but they'll take damage.
Yeah. I need to look something up for spike growth.
Okay, so both of them attempted to cast command on you, and you both heard them yell the word drop.
Oh,
Camouflage 6 natural takes 2d4 piercing.
Drop as in, like, fall down, or drop as in, like...
I was gonna say that could be interpreted in many
Yeah,
ways
so-
by Diego's
drop my
character.
weapon, or
Yeah.
drop
So
as in, like...
It could be drop
there is a
anything.
default instruction for command as like drop is written into the spell itself, but it would have caused you to drop your weapons and then end your turn if you had failed.
End my turn?
Yep.
Like,
Essentially, you would have gotten your turn skipped.
that's
So,
that's a pretty big dick move.
So both of the fanatics fail on casting their spells on you, unfortunately. So now it is Forgy's turn.
Well, Hannah,
Forge is gonna pull up his magic pistol.
now's your chance
Mind
to
you.
shotgun.
Shotgun. But the shotgun only hits one. There's only one person would hit.
Hannah, it's the fucking vampire.
what does more damage? A shotgun?
But
pistol.
pistol, I get 2 shots on.
Okay.
Okay. If you can hit both of them.
I mean, if you say so.
And I have
Philogenic.
mind you, by rolling 19, I crit also.
Oh,
Watch
100%
this.
chance.
I mean, sure.
Damn it. Does that
Yeah.
hit still?
Well,
think I
an
did
18
this.
does hit.
I think we realized that DC was like 16.
Fuck.
So
I
an
got-
11. I've done just double checks to make sure. Okay. An 11 does not hit. Go ahead and roll me damage for the first one.
7 piercing.
I guess I'll.
If I make a
Alright.
ranged spell attack against a creature that I'm right next to, do I have disadvantage?
Yes.
Okay.
You can go ahead and take your turn, Diego. And I'll answer yours.
Oof. Think I'm just gonna whack her with a little bit of a shillelagh.
Can you please scoot over to the left?
To the left, like right here.
Like here? Yeah.
Why there?
Because then he's got flanking.
That is true.
I know you probably can't see him, but Hannah's on this on the stairs, so.
I will
I
move
cannot in
there.
fact see Forgy.
Okay, so
And then-
well, go ahead.
What? Wait, what? What?
I
I'm
was
confused.
asked a question. I'm gonna answer it out loud when it gets to their turn.
Okay. I believe I have a. Oh no, I don't. All right. Well, shillelagh. Oh no, wait, I do. It's a 17 hit.
Yes.
Oh wait, I
yes,
forgot
and
advantage.
yes,
I'm gonna
17
roll
does
again
hit, yes,
just in
that
case
was
it's
mentioned.
a crit. Oh. Okay.
Almost.
So yeah, almost. So I'll just roll damage for the second one, I guess.
Go right ahead.
And I believe
You
it
are
takes
still-
both.
Do you still have your temp HP?
Yes, I do.
Ow, this is a lot of damage.
And then I believe. Wait, can I do anything else? Is anyone down or not down, but like, does anyone
Janice,
have
I'm gonna
damage
try
that they need
something.
healed
Let
or
me know if
no?
you can hear it.
Let me see, because I'm pretty sure.
I'm missing 3 hit points.
So you're good.
Forge is at 14.
Out of what?
27.
I feel like you need to be healed, Hannah. So I'm gonna do a healing word. You can only do it first level, so 9.
But
Did
Thank
that
Diego,
not
you.
add my wisdom? That's supposed to add my wisdom, right? Or no?
That
It has the +3, plus 4 in there.
No,
that's...
but that's 2d4.
Oh, you know, it's a 1 and a 4. Yeah,
Oh.
you rolled a 1 and a 4, and then you got a +4.
Oh, I did. Okay, you're right.
but Diego, I only have 22 HP.
Wait, did? Oh, I forgot to change all my spells to 2024.
Oh, this is gonna be fun when I have to figure out what spells changes. Ah.
Oh well.
That's why I'm doing my best to try to make sure I have everything written down for you.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Hannah, 9 healing.
I seriously appreciate it, Diego. It's much appreciated.
No,
are
I only
welcome.
have 22 HP. No.
Out of
Alright.
what?
I have more HP
22.
than you now, no.
Bro, Dom's like, I have max HP. Please heal me.
I need healing.
Knock, Genji.
Revik, it is now your turn.
Oh, you should have moved back, Brian. I was gonna tell you that before you ended your turn.
Did you want me to?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I
that's...
mean,
You're just
He didn't say he-
taking advantage with the vampire.
it's my advantage, and I decide who gets it.
No, that's not why. I just don't want to have to run in front of the door to get to a spot that I can get flanking.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I moved.
Because I'm just gonna do this. Stand here.
Will they have line of sight on you?
A
I
little
think
bit.
They will. At
But-
one-
Oh, yeah, but if I step right here, way more of them are gonna have.
Oh, that's true.
If I have to like step down, way more of them are gonna have. line of sight.
Well, keep in mind this is like this is like a solid object, so they can't see through that.
No, but if I had to move down to like
Yeah.
here,
He's just making
Get
sure they didn't
around him.
prepare anything on him.
Yeah.
God, I'm not trying to
Actually, that is a good point, because... No,
but I don't think
you're-
any more
like-
would have seen me than the ones that had attacks.
Yeah, no,
Ryan.
they wouldn't. You like, you're not in... line
They
of sight
did
of-
not use their action to prep spells, so...
No, they did use their action to prep spells, it's just nobody's passed in front of the door!
Well, I mean, the ones that, like, attacked Brian did not use their action to prep spells.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. No one's running in front of the door!
I'm not stepping in front of that door. Fuck you.
If you want to see people, you gotta take the damage. to see people.
Please, sir, may I have a crumb of damage?
Yeah, you might get some damage on me.
Alright, what would you like to do, Revik?
So, as a bonus action, I am going to pull out my blood drag that I acquired last session, and I will then eat it.
Ooh.
This
Yeah.
this glowing ball of fucking blood and energy, just
Mm-hmm.
out of mouth.
Yeah, so the visceral, like, swarming ball of blood and
Blood and gore and viscera.
blood and gore and viscera that you watched Revik very gruesomely tear out of out of a dead corpse's body. You just
Delicioso.
you chew, you just swallow the whole thing.
I think he like tosses it in his mouth, crunches down, it like kind of squirts blood everywhere, and then just swallows it.
Ew. Freaky.
Yeah,
And then I'm gonna make
pressure
2
is-
attacks against this vampire.
Oh yay.
With advantage.
Yes.
Advantage. Where is it?
Hey.
Nice. 22 hits.
Minimum damage. Let's go.
Let's go.
This is with
Let's
a
go.
silvered short sword, by the way. Silver.
Ah, fuck a duck.
Oh.
And I miss.
My pistol is considered magical. Does that matter?
Probably.
Yeah, you did the most damage because I know that you're magical. You're special.
Perfect.
I mean,
What a
technically, my
What a special
staff
little
is
boy.
considered magical too.
Mm-hmm.
We're all magical.
Finally.
I think except Dominic.
No, what? I'm the
No,
wizard!
Literally, he is a wizard.
I-
wizard.
The wizards don't get magic. What do you mean?
Hannah, I know you can't see this in character, but last week I literally casted Shadow Blade!
I didn't see that.
Okay, so 5 damage. Anything else, Revik?
No, that's action, bonus action movement. I'm gonna stand here.
All right.
And now we have the nice little plus sign. Or the little X.
Well, I don't think Dom can get over there without command drop.
No, it's fine. I don't need to do that.
Oh, are you gonna teleport?
No, I'm doing something funnier.
Oh, are you gonna gravity warp them or something?
Yeah.
He is a wizard. He does have range spells.
Yeah, the problem is some of them are gonna see me. Maybe.
Okay, so. Who did the most damage last turn?
Hannah.
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 Actually, technically, it was Brian.
Oh, seriously? Oh yeah, because I have the necrotic damage.
You get 2 attacks. So it's 50-50. Let's see.
1 and 1.
7.
Okay, so Hannah.
Yes.
Forge. An attack is made on you.
Wait, did she start her turn?
Yes.
All right. Before you do that,
Oh, God damn it.
Con save.
well, not even
Haven't-
con save, I think, right? It's
it
just
is a
automatic.
con save, and if they
Oh,
succeed, they take no
okay.
damage.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
I haven't used
So-
any spells, so I'm fine for now. I haven't used
So,
any spells.
I will specify that you do notice that the necrotic damage is halved.
When like, was that on my turn as well?
Yes.
Okay. Oh well, that's fine. I don't care.
Just the necrotic damage, though.
It's free damage.
Alright. She does fail the save, which takes half damage. An attack is made on Forge. The attack succeeds, but she forgoes the damage. And now I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, Forge.
A wisdom save. Fuck. Okay, I am not good at those.
Hold on. Hold on. I said hold on.
Okay, I'll hold on. I'll hold on still, but that's it.
I wanted to check my spells to see if I got Mind Sliver.
Well, Mind Sliver is an action.
or
Silvery barbs.
Silvery Barbs. I'm looking at spells.
Silvery Barbs is in response to them
The
rolling.
attack.
not-
That's the attack. That's what I wanted
Yeah,
to do.
if they don't hit the attack, then
Well, because she hit the attack and then she was gonna forego the damage. I wanted to do it on that one.
Okay.
Or is that not allowed? Listen, if it's
It
because I'm
is-
late, I understand.
It is allowed. Probably be a little bit quicker on the draw next time.
Sorry, my bad. If you want to take that, if you want to say no, then let me know.
No, I'm gonna roll again.
Okay.
I just need to see, because if Forge does fail, if she succeeds, then okay. I'll tell you right now. If she succeeds, then Forge fails. I'm gonna roll it for everyone to see. What's your armor?
really the
class, Forge?
3 is a fail.
There's no fucking ways.
The AC for Forge is 14.
Jesus
14.
Christ.
All right. Fuck.
Yeah!
Yeah, it worked. Let's go.
Damn it.
Who gets the advantage?
Eat shit and die, you.
Hey, who gets the advantage?
You give it a forge because
I was thinking
we
Forge,
both have
because
advantage
we both have
already.
advantage. Or
I
yourself.
would like Zach to answer my question before.
What?
The question
What?
I asked.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the answer is since your turn is about to go, so I'll have her turn just end because she can't. Oh wait, no, she has to make a. Okay, so the second attack is going to switch over because she doesn't end up doing what she was going to do. But to answer your question, Dom, technically no.
Damn.
You expending movement means like moving 5 feet within the space.
Okay.
Or entering the space, so they wouldn't take damage normally. However, as I think it's funny. Yeah.
I love
Yes.
the rule of funny.
So, in this, like, normally, raw, no, but for me, yes, because I like it. So,
Hannah, you could have advantage because this
Okay.
I'm gonna do a funny.
so as her first attack ends up missing, she's going to target her second attack, and it's going to actually attack Brian. And Brian does a 15 hit.
Yes. I really need to get better armor.
It's okay. Most of us don't
Okay.
have a high AC.
Yeah,
True.
this is a common theme within the greater.
This is
Oh.
a common theme with standard 5e.
Yeah.
There probably goes my temp HP, Sage.
So you take 9 points of damage total.
Bro, that's exactly my temp HP.
I really don't want you to have temp HP.
I mean, at
Uh,
least you didn't take damage.
At least I didn't take damage.
She's definitely not going to forego the damage. This is the first time she's done damage this entire time.
Also, do we notice if she healed?
At the start of her turn, yes, she does heal.
Okay.
Well, good luck at DPSing here, guys.
How much did she heal? Can we tell? Like, is she just back to normal?
Make me an intelligence. I'm willing to, like,
Intelligence
Ow.
check?
you know what? Who's Dom or Hannah? Who has the highest flat intelligence?
I have a 18.
Forge has. I think he has an 18 also. Let me see. Yeah, Forge has an 18 also.
Alright. You want to do it, Hannah?
We'll have both of you roll.
Oh, we both. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Because you're about
What
to
do
go up next as well. Intelligence, flat intelligence.
14.
12.
You want to know the exact number
What?
for healing of the hit points?
300 HP.
It's 10 hit points. It heals 10 hit points at the start of his turn every single time. And it is now your turn, Adam specifically.
Okay.
And that is a common factor for all vampire spawn. That's across the default.
Alright. So I can see this spot.
Line of sight for only one of them.
I can see this spot. I'm gonna cast.
So,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
before anything, could you make me a wisdom save?
God damn it. 22.
Okay. Since this is a cantrip and you succeed, you take no damage.
Alright, anyway. Where is it? What the fuck happened to the spell?
Gone.
Reduce
I got a little bit
sadness.
hungry. Sorry.
Okay, it was prepared. What the fuck? Alright, magnify gravity.
God damn it.
I think the save is supposed to go up.
Are you casting it at first level?
I am casting it. Yeah, I'm casting it at first level. Hold on, let me check if the save is supposed to go up. No, it's not. It's 14. And it's on this square.
Okay. So if they fail, they take damage and their speed is halved.
Yes. Actually, can I put it on the ceiling? I want to pull down the
mean-
ceiling, sir. Or is that not possible?
On its turn, when you cast the spell, the creature is just... No, that's possible. I'm just trying to make sure. They don't get moved. They just lose half their movement.
Mainly because if I can, if they fail, they technically go up and then fall. The idea is not to make them take damage, the idea is to make them go prone. I am a different kind of cheese grater.
Probably only if they nat one.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine.
Watch. I can roll. Save DC. So there's 4 of them. What is your save DC?
14.
And this is Constitution.
Yes.
There. Alright. That is... the first 2 roll a natural 20 and a natural 19.
Fuck.
Bam.
And then the second ones roll a 13 total and a 9 total. So the two closest to you are the ones that fail, and the two furthest from you are the ones that succeed. Go ahead and roll me damage.
15! Holy shit!
Goodness.
Almost max, right?
Yeah, one off.
Yeah.
Nice. What happened to
Okay.
the music?
It's still playing for me.
Oh no,
We're
I
playing
have
22.
so in order to have music for me because it's aired out, I have it playing on another window.
Oh god.
But for some reason that window just stopped playing, but the video was still going. So
Oh, no.
I don't know. Don't worry. This is a new side.
Okay. The fanatic at the door is bloodied. That was your action. Would you like to do anything else?
No, but I will walk in here, and I will attack him with a sword, just a normal ass sword from my offhand.
You gotta come up to here to attack him, and then you can go back.
What?
The offhand attacks are only if you make an attack with your main weapon.
Oh.
And,
okay. I didn't know that.
Beer
That
maker,
is-
wasn't it?
Gotcha.
And then you have to hit him from
Because
there.
you
but
let me
if you,
let me hit him from here last time with Shadow Blade.
well, that's because I assumed you could just move, because you're not gonna get the opportunity attack if you go here.
Fair enough. Okay. Then
Bye-bye.
I'll just go back then. You got come through the door, you freaks. Take damage.
Alright, I need all 4 of you to roll a D100.
Oh.
Hannah just left, unfortunately. So,
81.
12.
Oh!
Yo!
90. Oh my
Jamie's
god!
sending us! Holy shit!
I'm gonna
Almost
assume
on that
that Hannah's not gonna roll a 100.
You don't know? You don't know this?
He could.
Yay.
It's entirely possible within the scope of Hannah.
You're right. But I'm
we
just
have
gonna
met
assume-
Hannah. We are friends with Hannah. We know this.
Okay.
My guy was the only person to make a crit-centric build and rely only on the rolls, and it worked.
I'm back.
Roll a D100, Hannah. Roll that 100.
The only way that the roll matters is if you roll a 99 or a 100. Like, that's it. Okay. So,
We still don't know if this 100's a good thing, Dom.
subtly, you hear the flapping of wings overhead.
Oh.
You don't
wait.
hear a horrid screech. You hear, like, a soft caw,
Okay.
followed by 2 more. And then you, a few of you that are not immediately engaged in combat can look up for just a moment to see these like black shadows flying overhead and these feathered forms circling in the open space about 10 feet above your head. And there are 3 ravens flying above, kind of analyzing the area. And then you notice that one of the ravens has what looks to be a brown bag that it is clutching in its claws. It seems to be quite small, maybe like just a little bit bigger than a handful. And then it circles around the room one more time, going over here, and then flying out. But as it's about to fly out, it releases the bag. And Brevik, I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
No, not an advantage. Whatever. Still,
A 20.
still 20.
Alright. Do you have a free hand?
No. Well, yes. Actually, because I've used one of my hands to pull Blood Drag out, which doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, so at this moment, with your free hand, you are able to react fast enough as the bag drops at like a diagonal angle and flies towards you, just almost over your head, kind of lunge up and catch it and come down, and you can feel as though there's some kind of bottle inside the bag, but you don't notice what it is yet until you open it, which you can do as a free action.
Right now, or
On your turn.
Okay, I'll do it on my turn.
Okay. So, the Fanatics, which 2 of them are still able to see Brian. Both of them are going to force you to make wisdom saves. Well, actually, go ahead and make 1 wisdom save, and then if you fail, go ahead and make the next.
Oh.
That is exactly the same DC.
Okay.
So the passes.
Yeah. It's... And another one.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh my god!
Let's go!
Let's go.
Let's go, dude! Bro,
Sneaking away.
targeting the wisdom caster.
He's the only one I can see.
Cringe Zach. Goofy cringe Zach.
You should close
All
the
right.
door.
Well, the other 2 are going to hold their actions to cast spells. Was I stupid? I think I was stupid. Well, yep, I was stupid, but that's fine. Forge, it is now your turn.
Forge is going to pull out the gat.
You have advantage.
Yup, first shot
Yeah, the gun is on the
advantage.
first shot. Yeah.
Guys. Okay, one second.
Whatever your biggest attack is, just use that.
Just whack him. Whack him hard.
Delete.
One second.
Hannah, cast
Delete.
delete.
Yes,
I guess.
Jesus, like, I'm sorry.
Control Alt Delete.
Cast Alt F4 on life.
Okay, Forge is gonna bonus action cast Hunter's Mark,
Oh my god.
which means I only get
Hunter's
one.
Mark?
Which means I only get one. I only get 1 attack this turn, but it's with advantage, which is nice.
Yeah.
And it adds a d6 of force damage to it if it does hit.
Come on, Hannah.
And it's time for the get.
Fuck! I knew it! I knew
Oh,
it! As soon as
I'm
you said,
so
"Oh, adding extra
erect!"
damage."
Oh my god!
Oh, man.
And then
An extra 2d6 because you crit.
Oh
an
my
extra-
god.
That's 10 piercing damage and 6 force damage.
Okay.
He's just like, man, I couldn't grab. Ah!
Damn.
Iron on his head.
Big
Fire a shot as it's raising up its hand to strike again. You fire a shot directly through like the forearm of the spawns.
Ooh. It's disgusting. I love it.
All right. Anything else, Hannah?
No, but Forge is gonna do a sick gun trick. He just spins the gun and
Just
then
spinning the gun.
spinning the gun.
I imagine that the gun is actually like hooked onto a part of your finger, and rather than spinning the gun, your finger is the thing that's spinning. So...
How did you know? How did you know? It's like a fidget spinner.
All right, Brian, it is now your turn.
Okay. Ooh. I can't. So it only heals. You said it only heals 10 damage at the start of each turn, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna whack it.
You have advantage.
I have an advantage. Alright, 24 hit.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Yes, 24 hits.
Did that damage roll through? Oh, oops.
Another 7.
Lagged for me, so 7.
See them.
Do you still add? Did you lose your temp HP?
Yeah.
Alright.
It's 12. Or were you going off the second one? Because I rolled it twice.
Oh, you did roll it twice. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't see that. Oh, yeah, you got 12. My bad.
My bad. It was lagging for me, and so I clicked it once and it didn't do anything, and I was like, alright, click it again. And it did.
No worries. Go off the first one, which is 12. So it takes 12 damage. It is now bloodied.
And then
See, you guys don't need me.
I think that'll end my turn.
Okay. Revik, it is now your turn.
So as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast Hex.
Okay.
So fire up that. And
Would you like to
then...
see what's inside the bag?
Oh yes, it's a free action. I'd like to see what's in the bag first, I guess. Before I do the action. Grab up that.
You pull it up. So you untie the simple knot on the bag and pull out a flask of holy water.
No!
As an action, you can splash the contents of the flask on a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw it up to 20 feet. In either case, make an attack, either a melee or ranged attack against a target creature, treating the holy water as an improvised weapon. The target is a fiend or undead. It takes 2d6 radiant damage. In
How
addition
many
to that,
uses again?
as the creature is a vampire, if the creature is hit with holy water, the effects of its regeneration do not function at the start of its next turn.
Oh my god.
Oh shit!
Get it. Revit, get it. Revit, get it. Get it!
So this counts as an attack with an improvised weapon.
Yes.
So I'm still gonna cast Hex as my bonus action. And then for my first attack, I'm gonna attempt to splash the holy water on it.
Alright, go ahead.
What do I roll for this?
It would be... Here you go, just use Dex. It's supposed to be strength, but I think it doesn't matter in this situation. It would be different.
But
Yeah, use Dex.
am I considered proficient or no?
No, you would not add your proficiency, you would only add your dexterity. That is the only...
I missed.
Damn.
So it doesn't just go away, right? You can do it again.
You
Fuck,
will
I'm splashing
have...
something with water.
I guess.
Like you're splashing something with water. So you will have one more chance.
Oh, okay.
We go again!
We go again. Go.
18.
Shit in her fucking mouth, Revik!
What the
What?
fuck?
What?
You never heard
What?
that? Has no one ever heard that?
So
So anyways,
So I do,
Like-
what? 2d6 radiant?
Yep. So the flask is now emptied.
So it's 8 radiant damage, and it counted as an improvised weapon, so
Whoa.
it's still
Good. Welcome
taking
to the
hex
stream.
damage, right?
Yes.
1 necrotic damage.
Nice.
Which
One
you have
necrotic
to
damage, half to
one.
1.
Let's go. And it can't heal.
Yeah, so its healing effect, its regeneration does not activate this turn.
Oh, wait, and I get to roll a d4. No, I don't, because I didn't take damage. Never mind.
Alright. It screeches out in intense pain. This is coated in like the slightly glowing, bristling water, and you see almost like boils festering on the skin, on the shoulders and the arms as it tries to block the water as you toss it at it. And then it very aggressively pulls both of its hands back, and makes 2 melee attacks against you, Revik.
Worth it.
Okay, so that's a 21 on the first attack.
I'm gonna attempt to quick draw that.
Hope you enjoyed the stream. Luna.
Alright, go ahead. So, with the quick draw, because you succeed,
That's good to hear.
you take no damage
Well,
from the attack,
I'm
and the
glad you
vampire's
can
turn
keep
automatically
yourself.
ends, so it doesn't get the second attack.
Damn.
Fucked.
How much damage is that?
It doesn't do damage.
Oh, it doesn't do damage? Okay.
Yeah, it just ends their turn instead.
Oh,
Alright, well, that's
She's just-
fair.
Incapacitated, and her turn ends.
She's just like,
Yeah.
what is it? We have like
She's literally reeling.
you
Raises
know,
a hand up, attempts to strike, and as she goes for the strike, Revik, like a quick draw moment, just pulls the gun out because your free hand was occupied at that moment as you threw the flask, and then you dropped the flask, and right as she's about to hit you, you pull out the crossbow and really quickly take a shot.
You know,
Puts it
And
right
she
through her
kind
wrist.
of staggers for a moment and drops to one knee for just a second. And now it goes to Adam's turn.
so you know what I like to think happens when Rubik does this? He does this, and we just get the flashbang sound that you hear, the right, that one.
Yeah.
Revik does that, and the enemy just returns to a default stance of T-posing. After being
I
shot.
hate you.
It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. Anyway, I'm gonna do the same diddly scoop. Just stand here.
Okay.
I
Oh no,
assume
I
this-
couldn't have hit you. It wasn't there was no. Wait, hold on.
What?
Yeah, no, I couldn't have hit you because of the area that you were in. I'm stupid. So, you will have to make another wisdom saving throw.
That's fine.
You succeed again.
All right.
God damn it.
Hey Zach, I know you really like
Yes.
this how this turn's going so far, so let's do it again.
Okay.
Right there in the center.
Right in the center. Go ahead and roll me damage.
Ah!
Damn. Oh,
I
fuck.
had such a
Pretty
good.
well.
Every
Yeah.
time I think of something cool, I immediately get fucked.
Dom, you remember
don't think
what I
it's cool.
said would happen on a natural one?
Oh my god, which one? Which one? Which one? Is it one of the ones I can
all the
see?
way in the back.
Oh, it's the one I can't see. Gotcha.
Okay, so the very act of falling prone causes him to not expend movement. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. He falls face first into the spike breath. So, Diego, could you roll me damage? The 2d4.
Oh, no, it's 2d4, right? Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wait, is it
Yeah.
2d4?
Oh my god, this is awesome!
Yes, it is 2d4. I was tripping. Alright, 2d4. 6.
So everyone takes 2. The one that nat 1 takes 8, and falls prone. They all
Yippee.
failed their saving throws.
How's the one at the door? Is he dead?
No, he's just bloodied at the current moment, but all of them are bloodied now because of that last section.
Okay. Alright, I guess
They're
I'll
all
go back
bloody.
here.
Alright. Opportunity. I'm kidding.
Oh. I'm going towards him. How is the opportunity attacking?
I know. I'm being...
He has the sentinel feet.
Ah!
Alright.
I'm gonna turn around after doing that and just go. Can you hurry up? I'm almost out of juice. Oh my god, this is awesome.
You hear like a screech from the vampire, and she just goes, "Help me, you impotent fools!" And then, with the intensity of the situation, you hear them screech as they start to move through the spike growth.
Yippee!
Okay,
Alright, how much
so,
damage do I roll?
It's like every 5 feet they move, isn't it?
it's
Yeah.
So the problem was their movement speed is halved because they're in difficult terrain. It's also halved again because they all failed magnify gravity. In addition to that, the one that was prone is also halved again because he has to get up. So, he spends 10. So, essentially, in order to get to here, the way that it's supposed to work is that it's doubled. So, essentially, all of them can only move 1 square because moving 1 square costs them 20 feet of movement. Okay, actually, so their speed is halved. So their speed is halved to 15, and it costs them 10. So, difficult terrain means it takes double the speed to move, and magnified gravity means their movement speed is halved. So this guy has 15 feet. So it takes him 10 feet to get out to here, and then 5 feet to move another square. The rest of them can only move 1 square towards the entrance.
Does he get hit with spike growth?
Yes, give me 1 moment. So, could you go ahead and roll me 44?
I'll do it in groups of 2, is that fine?
Okay. So the first one applies to 3 of them. So that's 6 damage that 3 take, including the one that is now closest to you, who is now critically wounded. The final one, who had to get up from being prone and then move 5 feet, takes 11 damage and dies.
Yeah!
Peek! Oh my god, this is awesome.
Like, the cheese grater claims its first victim.
The one that moved is like, can he see Adam at this point? He can barely see Adam in this
I
position.
can't even see him.
No, that's the problem. He can't because he had to move towards the door. Fug. He still can't see Adam. So,
Oh my god.
they need spike growth to end. So they're gonna cast. Like, how many times have they cast spells? Hold on, I have to make sure.
They cast a good amount because they cast command like spike on.
Yeah, they cast
Yeah.
the command twice.
I'm sorry. That's just so fucking funny how this is working out.
This was the one at the door. So the one at the door is out of spell slots.
Let's go.
This guy is out of spell slots. He cannot cast command again.
Yeah.
However, the one in the back can. So I need you to make 1 more wisdom saving throw, Diego.
Come on,
Oh,
Diego.
dude.
11.
Alright. Yeah. 23.
So holy shit, that's awesome.
This is
So
the worst
fucked.
experience I've ever had in my entire life. Okay. Diego, I'm gonna need you to make another wisdom saving throw, but this is for a cantrip.
Okay, wisdom saving throw. Did that go through? No. Oh.
God damn it!
Pizza, 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 pizza!
Yeah. Oh.
So Diego has a
Let's
20% chance of failing these saves. Yeah, each time he-
Yeah.
25, you mean. But yeah.
Because
No,
they
no,
know
no, Dominic, because
He's only fails on a 1 through 4. He only has a 20% chance.
Oh my god, you're right. Holy shit.
So,
Get him!
because they know that he's the one maintaining concentration, they only target him. The issue is, he's also the hardest one in the party to target with wisdom saving throws. So,
This is so good.
every spell so far has failed. In addition to that, that's their turn. They can't do anything else. So now it is Forge's turn.
Forge, get her. Kill her into the sun.
She's
Forge,
currently
pull-
bloodied. She did not heal last turn, but she's still fighting, and she will heal the next turn if you don't kill her before then.
Zach,
Yeah.
how do I restart the music? Because I accidentally like left the page and came back. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
What I'm hearing is shoot the bitch.
A 20 hits and an 18 hits, and you
No.
add hex damage onto both of those.
You mean
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's
I'm
Mark?
sorry,
There's a
Hunter's Mark.
difference.
There's
go.
a difference. I know.
2d6, Hannah. Let's go.
That's all Forge can do. He does
A lot of damage.
16, 25 damage with those 2 shots.
Let's go.
Damn.
All right, with the she's critically wounded after that last attack.
Can Forge bend down on the railing and look at her? How do you like the taste of my bullets, little miss?
Absolutely screeching from the onslaught of attacks and burning skin from every direction as she's like bullets are piercing from one side and holy water splashes down on her after being shot through her wrist with a crossbow bolt as well and being struck with a club that seems to be about to do so again. Brian, if it's your turn, you have advantage.
Yippee!
Get her. Get her, Diego.
Advantage. 25. Oh, that was so close.
Oh.
All right, go ahead and roll me damage.
Damage.
5,
7.
7. Oh yeah, 7. I keep looking at the bottom one. So Brian, as Forge and Brevik lay into her as she's reeling from the attacks, incapacitated during her previous turn, so unable to do anything. How would you like to do this?
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Bonk.
I would like to bash her upside the head, crushing her skull
Horny bonk?
in. Okay, you know what? Sure.
I hate you. Horny bog. So she's
You see my-
spitting and reeling from every single attack as she's getting shot from multiple angles, and then she just turns to look at you as she's kind of like kneeling and reeling, and then a very echoey thunk that could be heard throughout the entire catacomb.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Hunter's
As
Mark
she
to him.
falls over dead.
I move Hunter's Mark to him.
You do that as a bonus action on your next turn.
Really? Let me.
I thought it was a reaction,
Yeah.
no? Oh, no, wait.
No, it's a bonus
a
action.
bonus action, you're right. I just remembered.
Yeah, it is bonus action. Sorry, sorry, I was thinking hacks. Sorry.
No worries. Alright, Revik the vampire is now dead. What would you like to do?
The dude right there, right?
Yeah, there is.
Correct.
Right here, you have advantage.
Yeah, but then he can also get seen.
We have to kind of go for them.
That's true.
Oh, I want to add a context for this. Janik made a very good point, Diego. You should have hit her with the Taco Bell sound.
The Taco
Oh.
Bell.
But it's
God
not
damn it.
metal. It's not metal. It couldn't have made the Taco Bell.
I mean, technically, they do put
I'm gonna make
metal
an
objects in
attack against this
shillelaghs.
dude.
All right. Go right ahead. Bah. 10. Quite unfortunate. The attack does miss.
Another one.
Ooh.
Okay. It's,
Into the sun with you.
It's 10 damage, I believe. Yeah, 10 damage, because the hex damage doesn't apply.
just yeah.
Does that kill him?
That does in fact kill him.
Cool. This dude that I can see, just barely.
Oh yeah, you have 3 attacks. Fog.
Crossbow bolt.
Oh no. Oh, owie. Go ahead. 25. Well,
17.
17 does hit though.
13.
Fuck.
10 damage.
Damn. Oh, that's exactly his health.
Oh my god.
Exactly 10 damage. Kills him.
We're killing him!
I'm gonna stack up on Thor with Dom.
Alright, Adam, it is now your turn. There's one left in the
I'll just
room.
stand right here. I can see him, right?
Yes.
So you want to know something neat about Shadowblade?
You can throw it.
Yeah, I can throw it.
Uh-oh.
If you need to get in there, I could drop spike growth.
No, it's fine. I got
Well,
this.
Dominic,
Where?
can I ask you to move out of the way once
I'll
it's,
move, don't worry. I'll move.
I appreciate it.
Go ahead and roll me damage.
Man. I don't think it adds a modifier, does it?
Okay. So,
How much daylight was left?
Counts as a simple melee attack which you are proficient with. So do I add my dex to that?
Yes, you add the modifier you use for the attack roll, just like with any other finesse weapon.
Okay, so it didn't add it, so it's actually 9.
Right. So, Dom,
Yeah.
when an enemy reaches 0 hit points due to psychic damage, what do you imagine happening?
Hold on, who's
A
in
stroke.
stream? Okay, cool. It just says Janix here, so you know what that means. I'm allowed to be as deranged as possible.
No, but what about the VODs?
Let's be honest, there's no body watching.
What about the fog? The fog
Dude, I'll be honest with you guys. I only do this so that we can save it for later. Also, it's not adding dex. It's not adding the dex. I don't know why. I'll figure this out later.
Yeah.
You know, crazy a lot. You and Janik, fuck you. Alright, so here's what happens. Because it's psychic damage, he's gonna throw the shadow blade. Like, for Revik, he like shoots this guy and then like puts his back up against the wall, I imagine, and like make sure he's under cover. Adam slowly like takes a step, sees the guy, throws the shadow blade at him. It hits him directly square in the chest, sticking out, and it bends into the back of the handle, like bends into touching his forehead, and his eyes just roll back. There is no screaming. There is no
And
nothing.
he has a seizure.
Yeah, he simply falls to his knees and flops over. His brain no
Bam.
longer functions. He cannot move. He is dead.
Absolute brain death.
Yeah. No brain.
And the
Wait, was that
fighting.
it? Oh.
That's it.
I legitimately couldn't tell how many enemies are in there. You get this freaking Skeletor off of me. Okay, I need to see how many enemies are in there. I guess my spike growth is gone. Sage. I actually got quite a bit of people with the cheese grater.
I guess I'll walk in there.
Check out the vampire body.
Are the crows still there?
The Ravens had left as soon as they dropped a care package for the group of you, and they are not around at the current moment. But as the group of you are investigating the area, you hear the sound of footsteps coming from the other staircase, the one that leads up to the main house.
Oh shit.
Should we disappear?
You can all get in the room. I still have HP.
I also have HP.
Alright.
I also have HP.
I also have HP.
I in
Oh,
fact
God, get
have
off
full HP. Oh,
So, as you step out, you see Nikolai and Karl Wachter move down the stairs, and they look around the catacombs at the corpses, and then towards the vampire spawn, and then lock eyes with the group of you, and both of them draw rapiers and look like they're ready to fight for a moment. As the older one, Nikolai, yells out, "Why have you violated the sanctity of our home, whelps?"
Which one did I... Do I know which one I hit with, like, the... Mind Sliver?
psychic damage and almost
Yeah.
killed.
Do you remember if it was the older brother or the younger brother?
I think it was the
I think it was
older
the
one.
younger. Oh, it was the older one. So it was Nikolai.
Okay.
The one on the left.
I'm gonna look at Nikolai and I'm just gonna go... I don't think we want a repeat of what happened this morning, do we? Choose your next words carefully.
Zach,
Yes.
can Forge take a shot and have it land on the wall just behind them?
Jesus, I can't up.
Make me an intimidation check with advantage. If you want to roll Dex instead of Charisma, because it's a weapon shot, I'll allow you to do that, because that sounds...
Okay, then I'll just roll my Dex ability
Dex.
then.
It's flat Dex, then.
That's a nat 20.
Do you...
Why do I
have-
even try?
Wait, do you have...
Yeah, no, he has advantage. I give him advantage.
Oh, okay. Jesus.
Because they walk down and they see this gory mess
Oh
in,
my god.
in their basement, the basement of their home. And then they like clutch their weapons, but you can see that the younger brother's hand is shaking.
And the older one?
The older one, despite the intensity of the situation, there's almost like latent pride where you know that he's afraid, but it still feels like that fear might drive him to do something stupid. And then you hear a feminine voice coming from above that speaks out and says, "Please, boys, return upstairs. Do not cause any more strife for those who aided us on this night." and the two of them begrudgingly start to walk back up the stairs without interfering with all of you. And although you can't see her, you hear the echo of that woman's voice again as she says, "You are safe in this place now, friends. I wish to show my gratitude. If you would care for a meal."
Well,
And then
yes.
you can hear footsteps retreating back upstairs.
I find it quite
I'm gonna
fascinating.
follow.
Oh, I was gonna say, can I delay 10 minutes
Yes.
to mutilate another corpse?
I find it quite fascinating that none of them ever bothered to say anything about why the vampire was in here.
Well, I'm assuming we will get that over dinner.
You hear
That-
creaking behind you as Forge is moving between the beds, trying to use them as cover.
Zach, can I collect the blood dreg from the vampire body?
It depends.
Okay,
Has it
so
recently feasted?
I mean, on you guys?
so did I write humanoid in the thing? I'm gonna have to change that.
Let me
Hold
see.
on.
Oh,
Let me
you know.
double check.
Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
Is there
One
anything in this
Okay,
room?
so I said one humanoid you have killed, but one humanoid-like creature also kind of should fit the bill because it's a monstrous creature that's still humanoid in shape, but corrupted. So yes, the vampire spawn does also work. I just need to change that in the future.
Perfect. I would like to collect a blood dreg from the vampire body.
Now, as opposed to the blood drag that you collected from a human that was at least alive prior to your interaction with it, when you collect the blood drag from this vampire spawn, the drag itself is blackened rather than red, corroded and festering.
Revek like brings it to his nose and takes a deep sniff. And then like caresses it with his other hand and puts it in his pocket.
Do those things happen to give you different abilities or skill sets?
They're quite powerful. Yes.
Well, I mean, in the context of not a human.
I haven't tried it.
It would be a fascinating study for research.
Indeed.
Do we really plan to join this woman for dinner?
I don't see why not.
If you all see fit. Very well. However, this room does bring me some semblance of curiosity.
Can I try searching in this room?
Me as well, please.
You
You can do a lot for the 10 minutes it takes me to acquire this blood drag.
Both of you make an investigation check.
If he assists me, can I roll with advantage?
Do you have proficiency in investigation,
I have
Diego?
expert. Oh,
No.
Okay. You can both roll for yourselves.
Could I roll also?
I'm
Yes.
not.
Just you see. Oh, it's on automatic. Good. Investigation.
Oh God, I should probably open the book. This is important information. I mean, I was so used to I was like thinking of something else. I was so focused on the Voctors.
Not that important, you know?
Ugh. Okay. Flickering candles and iron holders fill this room with light and shadows. This room has a 10-foot high ceiling and a large black pentagram inscribed in the stone floor. At each point of the pentagram rests a wooden chair.
How's the...
You ended up killing a group that was a young man, a quite beautiful young man, a balding hulk of a large man, a middle-aged woman, and a taller, younger woman. That makes up the bodies of the cult fanatics that you had originally dealt with. There doesn't seem to be any kind of items left in the room. It seems that there are traces of blood, as if sacrifices have been made here, either from willing or unwilling participants. Deeper investigation of the pentagram itself shows that it is in some way related to a fiendish ritual. Mm.
Can I... Is it possible I can, like, study
Um,
the ritual to see what they were attempting to do?
I can tell you that they seemed to have been making offerings, although these offerings were not to any specific individual or creature, or at least not one that was easily defined by any details within the room.
Gosh.
Forge,
Yes.
you skulk about the room as they finish their investigations and as everyone attempts to leave, considering that there isn't much value of anything in this room. You take one glance back and in the smallest, lightest of pieces left behind in the room, there's a fifth chair, although there were only 4 individuals here at the time. You assumed that it was the one that the spawn itself was sitting in at the moment, but you notice something odd as you leave the room. Remnants of singed wood, as if something hot was placed against the very shoulder. Not sitting in the chair, but as if it was standing on the very top of it, behind whoever was sitting there. The shape of these small singed footprints are that of 3 claws facing forward and 1 facing back, latched onto the back of the chair. There is no creature here anymore.
That fucky.
3 facing forward, 1 facing back.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm gonna.
I'm
Is that
gonna-
like a bird foot?
I can't believe I'm gonna have to Google bat feet.
I did the exact same thing, Dominic.
Forge is which chair exactly is it again?
But you don't have to Google it, Dom, because bat feet are more like mammal-like, so they have 5.
Yeah, birds.
Fo-
Some birds' feet do look like that. Yes.
Forge is gonna call over to you two. Guys, I think we missed something.
What did we miss?
Oh,
Forge immediately points
what
to
point
the
might we
burning
have-
spot on the burned spot on the chair.
So
Does
Forge,
that look
you call over to your allies, and you look over in the direction to wave them over, and then point back at the spot that you had just seen, and it is no longer there.
oh fuck.
Oh. There is nothing there, Forge.
Forge saw something. He swears.
Well. Ooh.
Can I roll
there
Arcana
would
to
have been
see if I know what might have happened?
magic.
Make me a religion check.
Oh, religion. Oh, I'm actually okay at
int.
that.
Yeah, religion's an int thing.
That's an at 6.
Mm.
That's
I'd
a
ask if I
2.
could, but
Something undead, maybe? Maybe not. It could be something fiendish relating to the odd rituals that took place here, but it's impossible to know for sure.
Forge saw a burned mark in the shape of a claw, in the shape of 3 claws forward, 1 claw back.
3 claws forward, 1 claw back.
Yes.
Sounds like a bird.
You're a bird.
Do I know that would be like a bird? Zach? Nature?
I would imagine the druid knows what a bird looks like.
So
Yeah.
it very well could have been. We've seen a lot of ravens and crows around places like this.
I'm gonna real quick cast Detect Magic. Just normally. Because I don't want to waste too much time. That lasts for a little bit, right?
Yeah, just give me a second. Okay. Up to 10 minutes.
Okay. Do I sense any magic on the chair?
You sense. Actually. You sense the slightest, the very lightest sense of conjuration magic.
Conjuration. Conjuration, that's... Ooh. And am I getting the same sense from this circle?
The circle is void of any magic at all.
Oh. And do I sense any other magical presence in the room?
Not at this current moment. There's a slight remnant of magic that you know you had cast, but nothing else.
Okay. Well, it
Which
seems
chair,
like there
which
is
chair was
magic.
it specifically?
Top right.
Where Diego is? This one?
It seems like there was conjuration magic cast on this chair.
Alright, I want to look on the chair, under the chair.
Around
behind
the chair.
Yeah, just
Between the chair.
like
Inside the
hidden.
chair.
Yeah, basically I'm looking for like hidden compartments, maybe a loose stone in the floor that could be like something else.
You hear squelching noises in the other room as Revik stabs the body again.
Oh,
You?
I'll be right now. No, right now. There's no particular uniqueness to the chair itself, and considering the investigation checks that you already made, there shouldn't be any secrets in this room.
Huh.
Oh, one second, guys. Be right back.
How detect magic would have found anything. It seems that whatever was here, it's gone now. Did we alert the crows as to our location?
yes, they should have known. In fact, they were watching us the entire time.
3 toes in the front, 1 in the back. That's an indication of crow's feet.
Most likely.
The real question is what could have caused it. Why would there be a crow in here? Decisions. Well, seems we're not getting any more answers here. And that's one of the 6 broods down. There were 6, right?
There were 6 of them in total. Would you all like to head upstairs?
Wait, 6?
6 vampires in total.
Okay. Well, let's head upstairs and see if we can find more.
Imagine Adam pulling out a
information
notebook
from
and crossing off an
lady of the
an
house.
image.
1 down.
I'm gonna start heading over.
I guess.
Why, hello there, Revik. You done mutilating the body? Ah! Adam jump scare.
Yeah.
How did you get
Revik's
over-
done. He's like on one knee, the other knee in the corpse.
This is normal. Like I'm not saying anything.
No! Where am I?
I'm gonna beat you up.
What did I do?
No, Diego.
Oh, okay.
All right. So as you wander up the stairs in this secret door that you find at the top, you open the door, or you find that the door is already opened, with a number of doors that you can see open in a pathway leading in a direction it seems someone has just recently walked.
Right.
Go ahead and make your way forward.
Well, Adam, you going to stand there? Or are you going to move?
I don't see where we. Oh, there we are.
Oh yeah, you got yanked up.
Yeah, I'm not like.
You walk up through what seems to be a servant's closet first,
Gotcha.
going through a vestibule with a bunch of locked doors and one that you believe leads towards the back entrance, and then through a storage room
Why is
with
that one
2
open?
empty. What? Oh,
Is that
that one.
supposed to be-
You take a look over to the side and find what seems to be a servant's quarters with 4 beds that seem to have been made and currently left alone. You believe them to be used by those you had just recently interacted with.
I'm
Okay.
back.
And when you make your way through, you kind of notice there's another door open. I opened the wrong doors.
Where
Wait,
the
so
hell
we're not
are
supposed
we?
to go this way?
Yes, it's supposed to go left. I goofed.
All right. Adam, the other way.
Do you think I have little care when walking into someone's house who's hiding a vampire underneath? At the very least, I'd like to explore regardless of the detriment.
Okay, I will walk in. Oh, hello there.
So, you see a slightly older, middle-aged woman. Although you notice immediately that she differs from the other Wachter brothers slightly, as she has like this bright blonde hair with the slightly pointed ears, and she seems to be a half-elf. Good evening.
Good evening. Do I know if this is Fiona, right?
This is Lady Fiona Wachter.
Good evening, Lady Fiona.
Lady Fiona
We'll like
Wachter?
bow.
Yes, I guess I'll bow to you.
I guess you do have quite a handle on your manners. Although I would say that at the moment that is unnecessary. I understand that you might be weary after your previous encounter, but you are welcome to my stocks as long as you stay here, as you are my guests. And she motions up behind her shoulder, and you can see at the table behind her, there is currently not a substantial amount of food, but drinks that are set aside at every chair at the table, with bread and meat at the center.
Hmm. It's quite the feast, but I must ask, what was the vampire doing in your house?
I've come to know that you are not all residents of our fine town, so you may not know about my family's jaded history. For many centuries, my family has aired loyalty. Strahd von Zarovich, our lord. And for that, we have been afforded many specialties. But Strahd has desired more than just fealty at times. Although my loyalty with Strahd has wavered throughout my life, I was in no position to refuse when one of his servants had made its way into my home. They have been here for some time, and by showing loyalty to him, I have allowed him peace that he has also given me. That female vampire in the basement was using this space for some reason unknown to me, contracting cultists. She had even overtaken my 2 poor boys, controlling them, dominating them, to the point at which they acted upon her will, gathering captured individuals, bringing them here for some unknown purpose.
Oh,
Someone inside her.
Not me.
I
Diego.
really don't. I mean, I will, but I really don't think we need to because that just explains a lot.
Mhm.
But I will do it anyways,
I would.
just in case.
So anyway,
Yeah, but
she's
Adam
lying
doesn't
to
trust
you.
anyone. So
That is true. I don't trust anyone.
There are details and consistencies in everything that she says, and everything that she says seems to make sense. But in the back of your mind, you kind of get the feeling that something isn't right. But you can't exactly put a finger on what.
Hmm.
I ask you not to hold my boys with such disdain. I know they have committed terrible deeds in these past weeks. I'm very sorry for their transgressions. But they were much different before that beast's arrival.
Indeed. Hmm. And what of the letter you sent us? That she sent us a letter, right?
we got a hand-delivered invitation, a verbal invitation for dinner.
Ernstead passed my invitation to you then.
Mm-hmm.
Is that by some reason why you have come to this place?
Among others, yes.
I seek an alliance. One that I will believe to be favorable to us both. As it relates to another issue, similar in vein to the one that you have already experienced. I believe you had seen the dastardly rituals that they had been performing in my basement.
Indeed. We have.
In the past, and it's sometimes recently, individuals have been taken, stolen away. Mostly those who would not be missed, but there's another villain amongst a much more devious noble of this city. The Baron himself is not particularly evil, but foolish and unprepared. He is not fit to rule over this town. He is so unfit that he does not notice a rat winding around directly beneath his nose.
And who might this rat be?
My boys have gathered servants that had disappeared from the Baron's household. They've gathered, captured individuals from the stockades. The man that helped them was Isaac Strosny.
Mm-hmm. Isaac Strassi. That's the guard, right?
That's
Just
the
making
guard
sure.
character.
Okay.
One day Zach will let me look through the rest of the house.
Indeed, he is a suspicious one.
That man is evil in the
And
most defined way.
and what of his goals? Do you know?
I've come to hold some knowledge of his proclivities, things that he has mentioned as of recently, deals that have been made. The Baron is an enemy of Strahd, and though I feign loyalty to him, I do so with the need of keeping our people safe. Baron, who so vehemently opposes Strahd, has become a target of his sight. The vampires sought to dispose of him. Isaac was going to participate in that. I had only overheard some minor details of their interactions. But Isaac would have taken the Baron's place, ruling over this town, acting as Strahd's puppet, with his reward being the girl that is kept in that house at this very time.
Hmm.
Are you threatening my child, Zach?
Mm-hmm.
You are so fucked.
Can I insight what she just said? Just to
Alright.
see... Well, like, just to make sure she's still not lying to me.
Yeah, go ahead, make me another insight check.
Oh, never mind, I don't know.
Seems legit. So,
Can I roll an
by the
insight
way-
check just to be safe?
Sure.
It's really bad
Yeah.
insight, but you know.
Right ahead. Yeah, let's try. Okay.
Oh, why is this the one advantage?
So,
Probably 'cause you
it definitely checks out with a lot of the things that you've already experienced, and you've seen firsthand Isaac's uncomfortably unhealthy obsession with Melina, even prior to her entering the city before. But you've also seen firsthand Isaac's acts when you bought the younger boy that was the young man who had stolen St. Andrew's bones.
Yes. Yeah.
Hawkins. Yeah, I totally remember his name.
Also, Zach, another thing I forgot to ask. I didn't sense any magic while my detect magic was on the way up here, right?
No, you did not. You have not sensed any magic while in this room either.
Okay.
But cutting over for just a moment, just to give you a brief rundown of what you see, because you walk into the next room and you see that there is a kitchen with a house cook that is currently rushing about to prepare meals, and she is a bit startled as you open the door, and she goes, "Oh, dear sir, you are not supposed to be here. The dining room is across the hall."
She's referring about like up here, right?
She points that direction.
Which way?
Whoops, I don't have it on broadcast.
Apologies, but I had been sent elsewhere. By chance, where are the two brothers' rooms?
Are you a friend of theirs?
Very well acquainted with them.
Make me a persuasion check. Doesn't sound like
That-
deception.
That is not a lie. We are very well
Yeah,
acquainted.
it's not a
with
lie. It's not a lie. Just barely.
15.
Brothers' rooms are upstairs, along with all the other bedrooms. They are currently preoccupied at the moment. If you wish, you can speak with the mistress. She's also in the dining room.
Thank you very much, but the matter is of urgency to that I must speak to them, so I will make haste. Is it possible you can point me in the general direction of the stairs, so I may head to them?
She debates for just a moment, and then looks at the door and looks back at you. And she looks like she's a bit nervous. She goes, "I very much must insist that you speak with the mistress of the house first, sir."
Then it seems we're getting nowhere. May you have a good day. Alright, I'm gonna go looking for the stairs.
All right. Well, there was only one way to go.
Oh, is it to the hallway? Yeah.
Oh.
Ah, okay.
Or you go,
Ah!
unless you wish to attempt to sneak past her.
Well, I don't think I... Like, is this the stairs?
You don't know where the stairs are, but you only saw, like, you only see a few pathways in the room itself. Ones that the rest of your group went to, and then whatever might be further inside the kitchen. So it is up to you whether or not you want to investigate.
I'll have you know I opened this door, and it's a closet.
Yes, that is a closet. Why is she so weary of you? 'Cause you're poking around in her place while she's talking to you.
Yeah. They hit the vampires. Aha. Aha! You've done it!
He's
All
a
right.
very weary man, you see.
Did he go back down the stairs?
No.
All right. Give me one more moment, Dom, as I teleport you.
I've been stolen.
Hold on one second before you go exploring to your heart's content. Uh,
Oh, up here.
yep, very top. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put you in this room just so you can see what's going on.
Oh,
But
okay.
I will put you back up there once you are exploring again.
Someone should ask if her family comes from what is it, the moon druid or the moon elves, the dusk elves.
The skills.
They, s- they seem pretty humanoid.
Well, the ears.
He's a half elf.
The Dusk Elves are also dark-skinned.
I mean, you could have went in through the generations.
Okay, sure.
I think that was Zach subtly
not-
saying no.
I'm gonna ask.
know?
Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna ask. I don't really care. Because it's not
God
gonna
damn it.
change much if. Oh my god, what? Do you want me to ask?
Oh, it's up to you. Just whatever you'd like to say. She's welcome to answer any questions that you have, but she
Well-
also would like to because she pitched an alliance to you. So if you would like to make me to continue, I can, or if you'd like to ask a question.
I noticed that you have some elf ancestry in your. Just by looking at you. Are you perhaps related to the Dusk Elves?
She gives a like subtle smile as she looks down and looks back up at you. The Dusk Elves are long since deteriorated, since Strahd's wrath had been pushed upon them. I am not of their ilk, as if I was, I may very well not be alive today.
Yeah, he did call the women and children of the Dusk Elves.
Yeah, but they're still men, and
Also, she's like a half.
I used to be a man.
I used to. Oh.
no, but I'm saying like she's a half elf. Man could have
Mhm.
fucked her mom.
That
Yeah, it doesn't mean Strahd wouldn't come after
that is
her though, because she's a woman.
Mhm.
Well,
Strahd's not exactly a kind man, if you haven't noticed.
I don't know. I think he's pretty neat. He seems like a kind.
yeah, but it doesn't
brother.
mean he is gonna come after. He like already carried out his revenge. Like
There can only be 0.
There could.
I don't know.
So,
Well,
as
she told us she's not. So can I insight that?
sure,
What do you
Oh,
she's not a Dusk Elf.
okay.
let's go.
Is there any
Go
other
ahead.
detail?
Well, how can we be sure that you have this town's best interests in mind?
I wish to offer you assistance in any way possible. And I know that you care deeply about this girl for whatever reason. We have kept an eye on all of you, as is necessary to ensure that there was no problems caused. Although I would say the problems have been more caused by my boys than the group of you. I wish to give them a sense of peace without the control that has been aired over them. Vampires are stifling in their presence and are a danger to everyone here. And though I may not be able to prove that I have Valaki's best interests in mind, would you say that the Baron is doing any better? those that are locked in those stockades for not carrying smiles upon their face at any given point in time, to suffer through the injustices that we all experience in our daily lives in this hell of sorts.
Well, you may be right, but it'll be a little more reassuring. Regardless, what do you want from us?
Your might, your assistance. You are all capable. Cannot gather a force that would fight against the Baron and Isaac without drawing Strahd's ire. For if I were to be involved, then he would become aware of my change in allegiance. If he's to believe that I am still loyal to him, Valaki will be left untouched. In my hands.
What an
And
interesting ploy.
is it necessary to take down the Baron as well as Isaac? We kind of have a little bit of a dealing with Isaac. Not Isaac, sorry. Did she say Isaac or Victor?
Isaac.
I'm confused. Okay, so
Victor is the one you
Victor's
don't.
just,
Yeah.
Victor's just out of question. Okay, never mind. Forget I said anything.
Are you worried about Victor?
Indeed. We have a little bit of a deal with him.
I will ensure that Isaac is a dastardly villain, poised under Strahd's thumb, willing to do his bidding at any moment. And he poses the most threat, and his life would be the most dangerous should Strahd find him alive. However, the Baron, his wife, his servants, his son, they pose no threat after deposed. I have no desire to harm them in any way, merely remove them. And I can ensure that with Isaac gone, and your friend under the care of someone much more capable, she will go unharmed as well.
That is indeed reassuring. Hmm. Anyone have any more questions to ask?
I mean, I'm not there.
I mean, like, out of character, do you want me to ask anything?
Well, okay. So, again, as you all know, I'm paranoid as fuck. To me, you also have to look at this from the other perspective. We have, regardless of how much I can just, cast Mind Sliver and obliterate these two weirdos. Isaac Strasny is also the head guard, probably the strongest guy in the city, and he is housed and living in the Baron's facility. If she's right, phenomenal, excellent. We can probably easily dispose of him. If she's wrong in some capacity, this is also an advantageous position for her. We remove Isaac, who could defend the Baron from a Strahd supporter.
That is true.
So,
See, I think you also have to remember that this was written by Wizards of the Coast.
Hmm.
And that's a little bit too many levels of thought for Wizards of the Coast.
here's the thing. I know their combat sucks ass, but I'd like to think that someone at Wizards had some capacity to think.
See, their combat sucks, and oftentimes their stories are worse.
Ooh.
Whether or not the group of you believes it or not, I would like to intuit that I've already changed many things about the storyline of how
Even
things
worse,
will
it's
go. So, if I'm assume that it's not Wizards of the Coast that's making these things, assume it's me.
Well, as much as we
See,
would like to
I think
take your deal,
what you should realize.
What?
as much as we would like to agree to your proposal, we might need a little time to think about it.
You're welcome to take all the time that you need. However, I do ask that you be quick about it, for there are dangerous possibilities. I did hear that the vampire spoke about some kind of plan that they had for the festival the Baron is supposed to be holding soon. I'm unsure exactly as to what these plans detail, but... And then you hear the door open off to the side. And you see a servant walk in with food, and she places it on the table. And then she glances around the room very curiously, and she seems to be a bit confused. And then she walks over to Lady Voctor and leans in towards her ear and starts to whisper something, to which Fiona stops.
Can I hear that?
Make
Or
me a
try
perception
to.
check.
18?
She leans in, and you hear her very subtly say, Lady Voctor, there was another gentleman that was here, asking about your sons earlier. He did not make it into the room. He might have snuck upstairs. And then she teeters off back into the what you assume to be the kitchen. Now, coming away from that, Adam,
Yes.
You fool.
you fool, you're Fraser. All right, so that everyone could see what your token is currently doing, what would you like to do, Mr. Adam?
Wait, are we allowed to see? Oh, we are.
Ugh.
Well,
Damn.
what?
What?
The fact that they're saying all that is making me concerned. Can I listen to this door? Do I hear
Make a
anything?
perception check. 7. So you do hear someone's voice on the other side, and it sounds like a man's voice, but you can't decipher whether or not it's one of the brothers or someone else.
Alright. Guess I'll go down this hallway then for now. I'm gonna do
These
the same
doors
thing for
are-
context with every door.
Alright. So you hear soft footsteps on the side of the other door, but no voices. And the doors are locked.
These ones?
Yes.
Alright. This one?
This door is also locked, and you hear what sounds like meowing, but it doesn't sound like a cat. It sounds like a person.
You're really gonna make me like look into this to find out that someone has like a cat girl kink. Do I know if it's male or female?
It's female.
Do I look? I need to roll a die for myself. There they are. I think these are the ones Hannah got me. Yes, Hannah, I still have them.
You know what? That's a good point.
I'll
I
roll
should
a
be using the
D6.
ones Hannah
odds,
gave me.
odds, I pick the lock. Evens, I don't. All right, I just move on.
Okay.
It is a 1. That is an odd number. I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
All right, make me a. Holy shit! All right, make me a themes tool check. 25. That's a nat 20. Oh my god.
Can I do the thing with like one hand, just like slide the torquing mechanism in, and the actual pick, and just go.
Yes, you
Turns out the
can.
lock's really, really shitty, and you just zip the lock open.
The lock clicks open. Undamaged, so it's able to be locked again, but you are able to push the door open now if you'd like. So,
Oh.
you push your way inside, and immediately you see the room is musty and dark, with an iron-framed bed fitted with leather straps standing near a wall. No furnishings.
Oh,
And
hello.
scurrying away from you on all fours is a young woman in a nightgown who leaps off of the bed and hisses at you like a cat.
Do I recognize her?
Make me an intelligence check.
Because I don't know if this is a token thing or a.
Oh no, yeah, no, it's a token thing, but
Okay.
uh so you hear her hiss and say out loud,
Little kitty doesn't know you. Little kitty doesn't like the smell of you.
and as you glance at her features and her face, you notice that she shares some similarities as if related to the Wachters.
Oh, I meant to the the
Night hag.
yeah, the night hag.
No, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But no, it's not.
Seems I've entered the wrong room. My apologies. I'm just gonna walk out, close the door.
Lock it.
If I can, from the outside. I guess this door.
All right, you hear what sounds like a man on the other side.
Alright, I'm gonna... Is it open?
It is open.
I'm gonna open the door, and I can see the token through here, and I'm just gonna go. Well, which one was this again? This was the...
This is Nikolai. This is the older brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna open the door and look at him and go, "Hello, Nicola."
What the hell are you doing here?
Relax, my good man, relax. It's okay. I'm not going to give you a splitting headache again that could kill you. I simply came here to inquire about the guests that were under your house.
I believe that our mother should have already discussed the issue with you.
Oh, but that's
I
the
don't believe she
thing.
would have allowed you up here.
Oh, but that's the thing, Nikolai. I have very bad trust issues. So I'd like to hear it from the person who's been causing us trouble this whole time. You see, those individuals down there had come at a great cost. One that could have, well, taken your head in a different instance had we not stepped in. Even more pressing is one of the people that they're after. So I either suggest you start talking, or you're going to have one hell of a migraine for the rest of the day. Why were they down there?
Go
You
ahead
know
and make
I'm
me an
not from this-
intimidation check.
Advantage or no?
Nope.
Gotcha. 19.
They have been conducting rituals. The vampires have been enlisting our help.
Is that all? Come on now, Nikolai. There's a chance that perhaps we would be on the same side. After all, your mother invited us into her home. We suggest you tell me as much as you can, because if they really are after you, you've seen what we can do. We may be the only protection you have, and I would be... Well, I don't think a man as intelligent as you would come to the conclusion that you should bite the only thing that could protect you.
Maybe you are the only one capable enough. But you're not a very likable fellow, are you?
Of course not. I have one mission here, and unfortunately it doesn't pertain to any of you. The only problem is these vampires keep getting in my way. I'm only looking for one person. Trust me, I understand the detriment. I know how much it must pain you to have to speak to me. I don't want to be here either, Nikolai. I would rather be elsewhere. Far, far away. And you would never
Then
have to
fuck
see
off.
me again.
He attempts to close the door on you. I'd like to make an athletics check.
Uh, thinking I want to do this. As he approaches, I'm not actually going to stop him. I'm just going to go. Then maybe your brother would be better suited to talking to. Have a good day.
Door slams shut.
I'm going to assume the other one's over here. Is this one open?
Doesn't sound like there's anyone in the door on the other side, but you open the door to the room. It seems like a master bedroom.
Oh, and I will close it because that's not the person. Wait, there's a person sleeping in here?
Uh, Across from the door, a fire sputters and struggles for life in the hearth, above which hangs a framed family portrait. A noble father and mother with their two young sons and a baby daughter in arms. The sons are smiling in a way that suggests mischief. The parents look like uncrowned royalty. Wood paneling covers the walls of the room. A closet and a framed mirror flank a curtained window to the south. To the north, a wide canopy bed lies pinned between matching end tables with oil lamps. Stretched out on one side of the bed is a man dressed in black, his eyes each covered with a copper piece, bearing a striking resemblance to the father in the painting.
I'm
Are
gonna
you
close.
alive?
I'm gonna close the door.
His copper pieces on his eyes.
Yeah, I'm gonna close the door. I'm just gonna walk back up to. Actually,
Wait.
we'll check this one down here really quick.
So is he alive or?
That
No, he's
usually
not.
means
He's not
dead.
alive. He's very.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking. I'm just making sure.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say if this
Yes,
one was open,
Diego,
it's not.
he's alive,
It
but
is.
It
they don't have
seems like
cucumbers in this world. So he.
Yeah, they have to put the copper pieces instead of the cucumbers.
that room seems to be a small storage closet.
All right, then I guess I'll just try this one up here. You said this one was locked.
That one is locked.
I will do it again.
Well, before you are able to do it again, you hear footsteps coming up the stairs.
Oh.
You see a woman coming up, along with a servant man following close behind her.
Is the man there? Or is
Yes, but
Okay.
the two of
There's
them
just
approach to you before you start to interact with the door, and they both come up with the man speaking up and going, "Sir, we must ask you to return downstairs."
unfortunate. I didn't even get to talk to the young one. Very well, I will stop causing you trouble.
They step off the path, giving you space to walk down, but are waiting for you to go first so they can move behind you.
Okay, I don't know if there's like an actual guy token. So,
No.
okay, cool.
I don't know how to move things. And the door off to the side is opened into the dining room.
And then I will walk inside.
Quite nice of you to finally join us, my friend.
You must forgive my paranoia. For you see, it's not every day that you find a vampire underneath someone's house.
Well, that is to be expected. I believe your friends can catch you up on the things that you've missed so far.
Indeed. Though I do have a few questions for you directly.
And that may be.
Nothing of concern, to say the least. First off, any particular reason why your sons seem to take an extreme liking to the cause of enjoying torture on the elderly?
I will admit that my boys have been quite mischievous all their lives. Troublemakers to the very end. Though that behavior was only amplified and worsened by the presence of that vampire. who cursed them, corrupted them. A vampire's domination is not something to be so easily dismissed. But now that she's dead, I believe that they should return to a more acceptable manner.
I do hope so. I can only imagine the pain that the two of them have caused your family name. I do hope in actual sincereness that it does get better.
Our name has been cursed ever since we swore fealty to the devil. And though it may have been out of necessity, we are doing our best to repent for such actions. Anything that we may be able to do for our wonderful city, those people who so need a light, rather than the forceful happiness that the Baron has brought upon them.
I see. Zach, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, I've seen the painting. Does she look like the mom in the painting?
Yes, she does. But you do notice that she looks. You would have expected her to look decently around the same age. The Voctors seem to be closer to human than elven. They seem to be growing at a normal rate. But in Lady Voctor's case, you saw the painting, you noticed that she actually looks younger now than she did in her painting.
I'm gonna... Okay, so as she's talking, I want to stare at her mouth. I want to see if I can glean her teeth. I must say, and I apologize greatly for the extended exploration, but given the age of your sons, I must say you look quite young for that. Perhaps it's a natural sense of beauty amongst you, though your elven ears may indicate an additional adding to it.
Elven blood does wonders. You notice that as she speaks, make me a perception check.
Perception. Shit!
It doesn't look like there's anything odd about her mouth. It definitely doesn't look like she has fangs of the sort.
Damn it. I was hoping to roll well, at least on that one. I presume just by nature, let's say, correct me if I'm wrong, that you've called this for some form of alliance, or in addition, given the nature by which we were introduced to the idea of visiting you.
I wish to depose of the Baron, to assist you with your issues regarding these vampires, as I know that there must be more. But they spoke of such. They're planning to do something by the time of the festival.
Lovely.
And Isaac is taking part in
What?
this deal.
When is the festival?
It's like one more
It's
day
not
away.
tomorrow, is it?
No, we have like one more day between it.
The festival is 2 days from now.
2 additional days?
2 days from now.
Okay.
For 48 hours.
As I have told your friends, that girl that all of you arrived into the city with under the care of the Baron. I don't believe that he would cause her any harm, but Isaac, who has been working alongside those vampires, he's promised her, as long as he obeys and controls the city under Strahd's thumb. I imagine that you would do much to help your friend should danger come upon her. That's why I suggest not waiting too long to make a decision.
Indeed.
And what supposed plan would you have us do in that regard? After all, if we plan to work under you in any capacity, perhaps it would be best to work out a situation that would benefit all of us.
Should Isaac be taken care of, removed, the rest will become easy. Wresting control from the Baron will be simple. I simply need him to be separated. As long as the Baron is left alone, without any true protector. And with Isaac taken care of, the vampires' deal with him will fall through. And responsibility will fall to me. I will take care of the rest.
You see, one of the issues that comes from it is those vampires themselves. Well, I imagine my colleagues had not necessarily informed you due to the nature of it. They were here on an additional mission. They were here to prepare the city, in a sense, for the devil's arrival, we'll say. Regardless of who is in control of the city, I do quite believe that the situation at hand is not going to play out in the manner that you think. The supposed protection from said devil may just show up and backfire directly on you. Forgive my words of concern, but you are a fairly beautiful woman, and something tells me Strahd may or may not have an affinity to get extremely close to you, regardless of who you have in your life. Are you willing to contend with such?
Your concern is appreciated, but considering that very information that you have told me, doing nothing, would it not end in the same way? With Strahd's arrival, the Baron's demise, and at which point, when that finally arrives, there will already be nothing to do about it. But with proper preparation, I believe that some effort can be taken. My plans have already been set in motion. Should you intend to join, we may be able to hinder Strahd's arrival before the festival.
Do you believe Strahd is gonna arrive at the festival?
Considering what you have told me, and
Is it-
recent attempts to remove any blockades, any of those that may oppose him. Balaki has been on his eyes for quite a long time. I can't imagine any other reason for why he might be so inclined to act now, as opposed to the centuries prior.
I know why. I won't say it in character, but I know why.
Well,
Well,
Take your time, consider your decisions. Expand on your horizons, and go through every possibility that you have within your disposal. But should you have other options, I believe you would have already taken them. So, if the time comes when you find our alliance to be the most beneficial decision for all of us, and for your friend's safety, I will be waiting.
might I ask an additional question? Perhaps this will also be of benefit to your future plans in motion. Was your unwelcomed house guest accompanied by other of their kind upon their arrival?
He has been the only one to approach us directly so far. Although I know of at least one other that is residing within the city at the moment, I know not of where they may be.
Perhaps we can see this as a so far assistance. If we do come to fruition of assisting in your plans of removing Isaac, it may be even better for the both of us if we take the effort to remove the other ones in the city as well. I'm willing to form some form of an alliance. More so, I'm not particularly for the idea of playing into politics. It was never my strong suit. However, the removal of the spawn that have found their way nestled into the city, if a confrontation does occur with Isaac, he cannot call for backup in any capacity. Don't you agree that would be more beneficial, at least in the time of preparation before the event?
I may not be directly involved, as to participate in the destruction of one of Strahd's brood may endanger my own position. I can offer assistance and resources, information, and even a possible opportunity to handle both of our rats at the same time.
Think of it as this. If questions come to fruition, 4 bandits happened to break into your home, ravage the place. You and your sons were barely able to escape with your lives, all at the cost of one of his brood. For even a man of his caliber can probably see the betterment of sacrificing a pawn for the purpose of winning the game in the end.
At some point, this other vampire will approach to investigate the disappearance of his ally. I will do my best to reason with him in the situation at hand. Should I gather enough information, I will offer you an opportunity to cleanse the other issue. It will come very soon. We only have so much time before the festival, after all.
Of course. That's why after all, we must make haste.
Then by tomorrow you will receive word. I will do my best to make the situation as favorable as I can for all of you.
Oh, and don't worry. For perhaps a sign of good faith, I had already had my eye on Isaac. Coming after my daughter.
She glances over all of you one last time. You may leave now. My servant will approach, the one you had seen before who offered you the invitation. He shall reveal himself to you once more information has been uncovered.
Yippee! Alright, out of
Which was
character.
out?
Yeah, we kind of came through the base.
I'm gonna just drag you out.
Alright, out of character for the collective group. Do we trust her? Do we want to go along with her?
I don't think we should trust her, but I definitely do think she's right. Our goals do align. 'Cause
Something smells fishy to me, and it's not her cooter.
Okay.
Huh.
And you, Jamie?
Good lord.
Well,
I think this is
anyway,
the best we have at the moment.
I mean, you're not
I
wrong.
think we should still try and contact the Keepers of the Feather just to get an objective opinion about this. See what they know on what they have on her personally. And I also think we should go back to the priest and see if he can give us more holy, or he can give us holy water.
That would be beneficial. To the priest!
I agree with the priest. What do you guys think of Forge making... Zach? I have a question. Could Forge make a water gun?
Or just make a crossbow that shoots these and give it to Revik.
That is so true.
We just do that. Forget a
Can you
water
make the Can you make the head of my quarterstaff have like a little thing that you can like a water shaker in it?
I mean, you could
Oh
probably,
God, a water
you could probably
shaker.
just bless it with like.
No,
using the
no,
power of a
you gotta
blade.
get like one of those sensors that they light incense in and just fill it with holy water.
Oh my god.
I still think a holy water squirt gun would be the best idea.
I was gonna say like a hollow ball with like small holes in it, so that
Yeah.
way, when you make fast moves with it,
They
the
actually
water
use
will
that
like.
at churches
Right,
sometimes.
yeah, that's
They,
what I'm
like,
saying. That's
throw
what I'm getting
water,
the
holy
idea.
water on people.
It's how they
Holy
bless.
water. All right. So
But for practical reasons, not as a meme, Hannah, if you can make a crossbow for Revik that does that, that would be phenomenal.
Currently working on the gun for him.
I mean, for like speed's sake, if you can just make a crossbow that
The
shoots
holy
them.
water tipped arrows.
No, it just has to like load them like little grenades. Just goes. Pew.
I hope you realize that what you just described is a slingshot.
I don't know if you're proficient with slingshots. That's why.
we don't have a slingshot. So, at the very least, all right, so unfortunately, in the sense of like actually brimming with holy power, Father Lucian has one one flask of holy water, but he cannot make more because only a cleric or paladin can make more.
And our party just happens to not have one of each.
I mean, yeah.
It's okay, I'll just die and come back as a paladin.
Oh, true. Kill Revik.
let me switch characters really quick.
Me killing Revik.
I used my ult, I can change my character.
Yeah, the artificer ult is I just pick a new character.
So without any hesitation, Father Lucian will very much able. Who would like to hold a flask of holy water?
Holy Revik. He has the most attacks.
I'm for Revik. Also because
I
I'm
do
very
have a lot of
squishy.
decks.
I
Yeah.
mean, squish.
The
I
only
guess.
thing. All right. So, because I wasn't properly reading it last time, so I'm gonna like state it out loud for everyone now. It's so using the holy water is a full action.
Okay.
You splash the contents, so it's essentially one attack, no matter what.
Mhm.
You splash the contents of the flask on a creature within 5 feet, or throw it up to 20 feet. In either case, you make an attack against a target creature. It can use Dex because none of you have Strength.
Yeah.
If the target is Fiend or Undead, it takes 2d6 radiant damage.
And vampire can't heal.
Yep, the vampire cannot heal after taking holy water. Holy water damage.
You gotta be a paladin and just instead of hitting the vampire, you just place your hand on it and use your entire pool of lay on hands to just kill it.
That would be so fucking funny.
Like, oh, we're level 4? 20. Die.
I just fucking Hakai the vampires.
Yes, again.
Why not?
That's such a fucking concept. Holy fuck! Imagine walking about. Okay.
Like guaranteed damage. You just put your hand up to his chest and go
Well, you'd have to make an attack roll.
disappear,
You would still have to make an attack roll to hit it.
vanish.
I guess I'm adding. I hold on. I need to add a
my
vial
God,
of
that's-
holy water.
That's so
My
fucking good.
inventory.
Holy shit.
All right, it'll just be the one attack. You miss. That's it.
I am literally just writing holy water and saving it. So
I like the concept of Hawkeyeing the shit out of the vampire. If I ever play
Now we
a
know
one
what
shot,
Forge can
if I
do.
ever play a one shot with vampires, I'm playing a fucking paladin for the purpose of Hawkeyeing vampires.
I mean that's a homebrew thing. So
No.
like strictly speaking, lay on hands is just healing, and unless you're playing an older version of D&D where undead actually take damage from healing spells, which is not in 5e, then it wouldn't do anything. It would in fact actually heal the vampire in 5e.
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Badge.
Now if this was 3.5, then undead take damage from healing spells and heal from necrotic damage. So you would.
Holy shit! Was I playing 3.5 when I ran as a DM?
Yes, Dominic.
Oh my god!
There might have been a lot of different. There's probably a lot of rules that you're like, nobody plays with these rules, and I remember reading them. And that's because it was 3.5.
Oh, because the first time I ran as a DM, when the party ran into a bunch of like vampire or like they ran into a bunch of undead, I was
Tap 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 tap.
I
tap,
did
tap.
that out
Tap.
the window.
Open it.
Yeah.
You rang.
That's not what I expected.
Why,
when I
yes.
thought they were were-ravens.
What did you expect?
A human.
We hide our identities as to make sure. No one can recognize us when we're in this form. We do technically have human forms, but we hide our identities to protect our people.
Clever choice.
Interesting. Well, we do have questions about Lady Fiona of the Voctor House.
That bitch! I'm sorry, what? What
Oh,
about her exactly?
are you not on good terms with her?
The Voctors have never been on good terms with the people of Valaki. They've always been known to have worshipped Strahd like a god. And although Lady Fiona is quite different from the other Voctors, her sons have always been trouble for the people of this town, and although it has not been extremely obvious to everyone, her motives of overtaking the town have always been at the forefront of our interactions with her. We've done our very best to avoid Lady Fiona.
Well,
Does she have history with the old Baron about a passing of her spouse of some kind?
He starts to pull out a book from his pouch, like a journal, and read from it.
Ah. The father, Nikolai Wachter Sr. Some people say that he died of illness about 3 years ago, but others believe that he went mad and took his own life at some point. In either scenario, he just simply disappeared one day. No one saw him again.
Zach, when I glanced in the room, did he look like he had any wounds on him?
Make me a history check.
Well,
He was pretty much covered from head to toe, so you didn't see any obvious major wounds.
the body looked pristine, right?
It looked as though it has been it's supposedly 3 years since his passing. There was no signs of decay.
Artificial. Why is he being kept? Oh my fucking god. Either Zach's a mad lad or Wizards of the Coast are freaks.
She's been sucked dry.
Good
Kind
lord,
of.
y'all.
Kind of. Diego's like on the right idea. He's actually being kept alive basically in a coma, and the wife is feeding off of him if she's a vampire.
Yep. Ah.
Well, I can add to your information tome there if you'd like.
You were at the Wachter's house for quite some time. What did you learn?
Well, I can actually confirm the location and the status of, well, the senior.
Well, they do have catacombs under the house, so we assumed that he would still be there, buried.
Not at all. Tell me, does this town have a tradition of placing copper coins in the eyes of the dead?
Yes.
Fascinating indeed. You would be surprised to know that the senior does not appear to have any wounds and doesn't look as if he had even begun to decay. But yet he rests, we'll say, in the bed of which he used to sleep in. 2 coins covered his eyes.
Disturbing to say the least, but not.
3 years since his supposed passing, and he hasn't decayed at all, from my view. That begs the question, why is he being kept there? I believe a speculation may be in order that our lady of that house might actually be a vampire in question, feeding off of her own husband that she barely keeps alive.
We believe Nikolai Wachter to truly be dead. And Lady Fiona is in fact a priestess. It is possible that she uses magic to prevent the decay of his corpse. As far as we have investigated, there's no proof that Lady Fiona would be a vampire. But we are aware that she can use magic, though to what extent is not exactly known.
Fair point. You said she's a priest. Of what kind? What god does she serve?
That is less known. Though she has magic, it is not exactly stated or shown directly what she draws that power from. Some people believe that she herself is as the Voctors worship Strahd as a god of sorts, that is where she draws her power from.
Sounds like a warlock to me. Questions. Oh, I have one more question for you at the very least. At this moment, were you able to find the location of another one of the pesky brood?
We have been keeping an eye out around St. Andrew's Church, doing our best to ensure that they do not try anything suspicious. But they are quite healthy, to say the least.
Are there any sizable homes nearby St. Andrew's Church?
There are many homes. There are many
Ones that would have
people
a
that
basement?
wander around. He starts to flip through his journal again, and he looks through a lot of the information that is there. As far as we know, we attempted to do our best keeping an eye on the two that appeared earlier, based on what we heard about the Voctors and about the vampire that was residing with them. It seemed to be quite capable of control and domination, using powers to override the minds of those that it took and stole away. Usually vampires are capable of many different feats, but the spawn that surround our city seemed to be limited in some way. As it was the only major thing we saw that one too. The second one, the one who wanders around St. Andrew's Church, has been so difficult to keep an eye out for, because we believe that it can change its form and face, hide its undead proclivities, and blend into the crowds quite easily. We spot and lose it every once in a while. It is very difficult to keep track of something that can change its form.
Interesting. And the other one?
That is the other one.
Oh, the one that can change its form is the... Wait, so there's the one that's by St. Andrew's Church, and then there's another one that can change its form?
No, the one by
Oh,
St.
that is-
Angel's
that
Church
is
is
the
the
one,
one
okay.
that changed its form. We killed the one, the dominating one.
I thought there were 3 in the city, not 2.
No, there's two.
No, there were 2.
Oh,
And then
okay.
there's 4 out to the west.
I thought it was 3 in the city and 3 outside. Okay, never mind.
So a third has popped up in the city. No, I'm just kidding.
Then, may I make a recommendation for the up-and-coming future? I know you may struggle to find this one. However, can you keep an eye out on the edges of the city to ensure that another one does not get in? undetected.
We will do our best to ensure that another does not enter, but we cannot prevent such a thing if it does happen.
That's more than
Though we are capable, we are not fighters of sorts,
That's more than
only
fine.
observers.
We're not expecting you to prevent the vampires from getting in. Also, just to be able to track them. The only thing is the additional reason we called you in to talk about Lady Vokta was she seemed to have struck up or attempted to strike up a deal with us. We know you're not particularly fond of the idea of changes within the city to a drastic proportion of Velocki. However, her words did bring up some concern, as I have been informed by my party members. One of them is Isaac Strosny's promise that if he were to assist in the Baron's removal, that he would receive, well, the individual we brought into the city as well as a form of a prize.
Though I agree that the Baron does need to be removed, and at some point replaced, I would not say that Lady Fiona is the appropriate choice.
Who would be the appropriate choice? In your opinion.
That's a difficult question to answer. We do not have many noble houses within Velocki, and there are not many people that the masses would follow. At least the house of Velakovich, the Baron, who's handled Velocki for centuries, and the Vokters, who hold such power within this place, and such sway with the people themselves. They seem to be the only noble houses that would be able to handle and maintain control. But
There is a
to
possibility.
choose between the two, I would say the Baron is still the better option, despite his cynicism and unfortunate oppression of the people in the city.
There is a third option now that I think about it, but that is very drastic. To the collective group of you, what are your thoughts on Melina?
Probably wouldn't have the support of anybody in the town, at least to start. But
I
she would
believe
be
Forge would do a good job.
experienced.
Forge would not do
Forge, we need you to shoot things.
not
That is
safe.
exactly what I can provide as noble.
Lady Fiona may be a great help, but I could not say for what is the right answer in between the Baron and the Vokters. However, considering the issue at hand with your vampire, she may be of assistance in at least drawing it out. For we are unable to keep an eye on it and track that vampire due to its ever-changing forms. But if there was some way to lay bait to draw it out of its own will, it would be much easier to handle the situation after it had revealed itself. Though if it were prepared to fight, it would be up to the group of you to be in the most effective means of ambushing it.
Oh, actually, did you happen to get that holy water?
It was actually given to us by Rictavio.
Do you happen to have any more in supply?
Unfortunately, we do not. There are not enough holy casters to create more, and, well, not many make their way through Valaki anymore. Rictavio had left some time ago.
If you happen to run into him, it would be greatly appreciated if you can acquire more. Because these vampires, well, the moment you gave it to us, the fight had completely turned table in our favor.
I'm not exactly sure about the nature of what they are willing to interact with, but you have spoken with Yevgeny and Solstar before, have you not?
Yes.
I believe
Yes,
so, yeah.
yes, okay, yeah. Yes, I have.
They're the wolf hunters, ones that essentially take jobs hunting for a living, meat, and aiding people through certain parts of the forest in the most dangerous of situations. And as long as they're paid decently for it, they've taken on quite any job aiding others. And they were the ones that handled that tiger that escaped into the city.
I know. I was the one that paid them for it.
Wow, thank you very much for that.
It was for greater effort to gain assistance from Rictavio.
Well, we are not as combat effective as we would like to have hoped we are, but we can still assist should the situation become too dire. However, Yevgeny and Solstar are much more capable as hunters. And if they are paid enough to find it worth, they may be allies of sorts. And they could assist as well.
But to have them go after a vampire would practically be suicide.
They are hunters first and foremost, but they are never ones to take on jobs or fight against odds that they do not believe with absolute certainty that they would succeed. So you must make a good point of guaranteeing their safety and currency. But they could be of some aid should you need to travel through the forest or handle any of the vampires in this current date.
They are quite good at tracking. Tell me, would your people be willing to speak with them? Are they familiar with you? Or do they know nothing about you?
I would not say they are more familiar with us than they are with you.
Well, they are quite familiar with me, at least. My point is, if I provide the coin, would the two groups be willing to assist each other in tracking them down?
Evgeny and Solstar are much more willing to venture outside of the city than the Keeper of the Feathers are. That would be helpful.
Very well. I appreciate this. Does anyone else have anything? I know I've been talking for quite some time.
Also, Zach,
Yes.
is this um, the same bird who came last time?
Yes.
Okay. Just wondering.
All right. If there are no other questions, would the group of you like to? Because it is essentially you had wandered around the city to ask a bunch of questions. You've taken care of the vampires at the Wachter house. So you have done quite a few things, and it is getting into the. There is no more light in the sky. So would you all like to take a long rest now or later?
Did the Yevgeny and Soldar say they would be at the bar downstairs?
Yes.
Okay, then after this, I'm just gonna go downstairs to speak with them if they're there.
Alrighty. They do actually happen to be there by the time you arrive. I'm going to yank all of you.
Wait, I opened the window again. I gotta fly out. Bye.
I mean, can't he open the window?
He can.
Oh, I don't have thumbs.
Not even in
You
his
have-
like bird form.
No. I mean, I'm supposed to have thumbs, but the DM's kind of an idiot. Wah.
What's the
Wah.
DM? What's the DM?
God is a little stupid.
So you see the two gruff man sharing a drink at the bar, the front of the tavern. Oh shit! Hold on, before you guys head downstairs, the where Raven leaves, and when he leaves, he heads out, but he doesn't take a bag with him, and he leaves it on the floor at the center of the room.
I guess I'll pick it up and look into it.
I was gonna say, yeah, pick it up and look at it.
So inside of the bag, you find 2 potions of healing and 1 elixir of health.
What's an elixir of health?
Yeah, elixir of health.
As an action, when you drink this potion, it cures any disease afflicting you and also removes the blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned conditions. It is a clear red liquid with tiny bubbles of light that are popping at the very top of the bubbly brew.
Is this the chug jug?
Kill him. Okay.
So I assume this is indeed not a chug jug.
All right. So who would like to speak with them?
I would.
Go right ahead.
Ah, just the 2 people I had been looking for. How are your drinks tonight?
Blind as they ever are, but they get the job done.
Well, you two, I have a job for you if you're willing to listen.
Always open to make a bit of coin. What's on your mind?
Well, a sudden hunt outside of the city. Though I understand if it's outside of your capabilities this time at least.
We have no issue with entering outside of the city, but we refuse to do so at night unless the costs are covered quite highly.
Yes, yes.
What exactly is it that you want us to do?
It may be best that we don't discuss this particular one in such an open space, though. Hold on. I'm looking through tokens. I'm looking for her name. You gave it to us. Where is it?
Did I actually do that?
You did, but I can't find any named PCs on there.
It's Danica Patrick.
What's her name?
Her name is Danica.
Danica?
Danica Dorokova.
Danica Dorokova.
Forgot how like Russian all of these names sound. Yevgeny Solsdar. Danica.
Okay. Miss Danica, if possible, can you make them another drink? I will pay for this one.
Of course. Would you like one yourself?
I'm good for the time being. Thank you, though.
She pours another drink for the two of them and sets it beside them.
Alright. I want to... Is there a way... Is there a place that we can move that... Or, even if you don't want to move the tokens, can we say that they're moved to a place where people won't really hear us? Or do we have to, like, go outside, or...
Kidnap these women. Sorry, that sounded weird.
Yo!
I'm not Strahd.
Yeah, no freaking. In this economy? The premise of the job is, well, there happens to be a spawn outside of the city. Of course, I understand the detriment of such a creature. Do you think that you can take it out for us? Or do you not think yourselves capable?
Two of them look at each other and give you like a glance up and down. And they're both like, we have absolutely no desire to get involved with any vampires of any sorts. Whether or not we're capable of such, we'd rather not find out.
This is where the second half of the question comes in, as I had expected that there was a chance that you would say no. What's the likelihood of you being able to keep an eye on the creature? From a distance, of course. You wouldn't have to actually receive any. Well, interaction with it other than knowing its general location for us.
Just keeping an eye on a vampire outside the city.
Well, the one that's outside the city, yes. That's all you'd have to do.
How long did you ask this of us?
Well, I'd prefer you to start sooner rather than later, though I understand the alcohol is probably taking effect. At the very least, over the next 2 days.
We can track them down. Keep an eye on them if we got a general location. As long as they're just off the road, they should be easy to keep out of line of sight off of.
As far as our information is pertained, it's to the south. Should be right outside the gates.
Are we talking about the vampires?
Yes. Because
Aren't
one
they
of
to
them
the
is to
west?
the south, and... Well, 3 of them are to the west and 1's to the south.
Did I say that? I don't remember saying that.
I remember 2 in the city and 4 on the west road.
I thought it was three to the west. Because I remember Zach saying something along the lines of like we could go east because they weren't there yet, and then I thought it was 1 to the south and 3 to the west. I thought it was 2 to the west because I thought there were 3 in the city. So it'd be 3 to the west, 1 to the south, and then 2 in the city.
Well, have
All
you
I
know
know
that there
is-
really isn't a road south. There's a
There isn't?
gate on the south side, but there's not really a
I just
road that
have-
goes south.
What I have written down is 2 vampires in the city and 4 on the west road.
It's 4 on the west road.
Yeah. Or on the west road.
Okay, then let me change what I'm saying then. There are 4 to the west road. Simply all we want you to do is keep an eye on them, in a general sense. You don't even have to get close to find their location. All that's required is that if any of them get into the city, you simply let us know. That's it.
It's gonna cost you.
Of course. I know how you people work. I wouldn't ask you to do this for charity. Also, this will give the 2 of you a bit of a heads up in the event something goes south.
As long as they're just spawn, they should be easy to avoid for the most part.
That's all we are asking.
Keeping an eye on them during the day is gonna cost you maybe 30 gold pieces for both days. But if you want us to stay out in that godforsaken wilderness throughout the night, it'll be 5 times that.
I only need them during the day, not during the night.
Then if you pay us, we'll head out by morning.
Lovely.
Be back once the sun sets and tell you whatever that we may have found out in that time.
Excellent. Sounds like a perfectly fine deal to me. Now the question becomes, is the matter of method of payment. Would you be willing to do 15 up front and then 15 after the 2 days?
Two of them look at each other, and Soulstar kind of doesn't make a motion. The bearded one is Soulstar. He looks and kind of nods at Yevgeny, who turns and goes, 15 today, 15 tomorrow, before we leave for the next investigation.
Seems perfectly fine by me. I'm gonna give him the 15 gold. I just need to. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say I need to figure out how to edit it on the character sheet. All right, I am going to. Where's the? What the fuck? Oh, there it is. Mm-hmm. Pleasure doing business with the two of you.
Likewise. We'll be seeing you when we make our way back after sunset.
Shall we
They
meet
take
back
their
here
coin
as
and then they
well?
walk out.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No. We'll meet back here once everything's taken care of.
Good. Enjoy your drinks,
Yeah.
gentlemen.
And it seems like they're going off to prepare for their venture tomorrow.
And how much do I owe you for the two?
The silver piece.
Oh, I have some news for you as well. Something that you may actually like to hear.
What's that?
Supposedly, we were able to get in contact with their mother. Seems the Faulkner brothers may have a change of heart very soon. If what she says holds true.
Oh, how nice of those boys. And finally stop being a pain in my ass.
Here's hoping.
The group of
Oh
you...
shit, I forgot to... Fuck, I forgot to tell them about the ravens. God damn it.
Well, you can tell them tomorrow then.
Yeah, I'll tell them tomorrow, I guess.
So, Forge,
Yes.
assuming that tomorrow morning you're going to be able to finish that little project, I would need you to make one more check using your intelligence.
Sounds good. Let me do that real quick.
In addition to that, the group of you is all going to get a long rest that night.
Yay! Thank God.
And then I will give you one more thing after this. Make sure you have those. However you want to split up that elixir of health and those 2 potions, that is up to you.
I rolled a 19 on the smithing tools.
Okay.
That's up to you guys. I don't care.
So,
We just have one of each, right? Like group health and healing pot.
We have. I thought it was 2 and 1.
two healing potions,
2 and
one
1.
elixir of health. Yeah.
Yep.
So, are you
I don't need either.
okay?
So it could be one for each, depending on what you guys want to take.
All right. Did you get my message, Hannah?
Give me one moment. Let me check.
Detoss.
Sounds good.
Okay. And then considering that, we'll start off on the next day, next session. And the last thing that I will do is, guys did get involved in combat, and you have defeated one of the vampires, which was causing you trouble. There are 5 left.
We also got a bunch of cultists and skeletons.
You did. How many in total was that? I have to double check because I need to do math and XP because numbers, letters, colors, words. That was 8 skeletons, 4 cultists, and a vampire spawn.
That's like actually kind of a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
surprisingly enough.
We did surprisingly well for that. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you guys kept them. I couldn't cast spells, and the one person I could cast spells on kept
Shadow
succeeding
Wizard
the
Money
same.
Gang. We love casting
thing?
spells.
Okay, so considering the nature of how everything did, that would mean that the group of you got 900 XP per person.
No, that's so little. I was expecting at least 1,000. Holy crap.
Keep in mind, the vampire spawn on its own is probably more than everything else combined.
Jesus fuck.
Wait, hold on. I might have done the... Yeah, no, I did the math right.
Man, that sucks.
So,
We are a little more than halfway to level 5, I think.
mm-hmm. So, depending on what comes next... Did anything else? I have to make sure that I didn't miss anything. I mean, technically...
And then tomorrow we have... Are we doing this? Did she say when to show up tomorrow? Like if it was like at the beginning of the day to show up at her house?
She said that you would be approached. And
we would be
that
approached.
gentleman that offered the invitation prior will approach the group of you again with information.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, with that in mind, in the early morning, Forge will have something being prepared, and we can do that at the start of the next session. And then the group of you will get information regarding the final vampire in the town, or what you are going to do with Isaac. So, possibly 2 events. And then
if Zach doesn't bring in the other vampires after tomorrow, if we know where the other one is and we kill it, we may do the day before the festival. We go after Isaac. Because I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, but that's if Zach doesn't go. Where's the other vampire?
where is it? I don't know.
We brought in all of them. They're all inside the city now. Like, god damn it.
So you have to fight 5 of them at once.
I really don't want to fight 5 of them at once. We could probably take... I'm going to be honest with you. Given this rate, we could maybe take on 2 at once. Now, if we're level 5, we could probably take on 3 at once.
Oh, I don't know if we could take on 2 at once at this level.
At this level, I genuinely... It would suck,
Okay,
but I
maybe
genuinely
if it's just 2 and no other, like,
Oh, yeah,
nothing
no,
else,
that's what
yeah.
I mean. That's what I mean. Just the 2.
But if,
like, nothing else.
if we have, like, extra things,
Oh, yeah, no, we're fucked.
Zach's not going to be rolling bad all the time, hopefully. Or, hopefully he will, but...
So at the start of the next session, we'll have Revik and Hannah in her... Or Revik and Revik and Forge! Revik and Forge interact first, and then the group of you will receive some information. You can decide how you want to go about dealing with that other vampire in the city. The group of you still has to visit the old bone grinder if you want to get the information on how to prevent yourself from having to deal with vampires in the future. And besides that, personal quests, whether or not the group of you can find any portals to the Witchlight Carnival, and any more tickets.
I could probably take a guess who has a ticket.
Nah. Yeah, I think that's it for now. All right. Well, that'll be the end of this session, and then we will continue on next week.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I could probably guess who's
Who do you think has tickets?
I think it's
Okay, I'll see you guys later.
I think
Yeah.
it's the
Bye.
quote unquote big people of the area. So in this case, it would be the Baron. There's an additional person who I will not name because I know of them because obviously I played the module before. Outside, and I think
In the area.
they
So
are
wait.
they are in a musky area. That is basically what I'm gonna call it because that's how the old DM described it. He did. He called it a musky area. I think the Baron has one. Strahd has one, and then that other place has one. So we're gonna have to go
Tickets?
to the tickets.
Yeah.
So there are 4 tickets that are available to us because it's Casimir, that person, and the Baron Strahd, and Zach's gonna give us the availability to get the one from Strahd at some point. Which we actually may have been able to get that one earlier if we had just accepted the invitation and gone to the castle. But
Man, it's like this guy's reading like an entire walkthrough on my campaign.
I just think a lot, dude. Oh my god.
It's like, bro.
It also helps that you have a lot of insider information for having already played the module, like through the end.
That's fair, yeah.
To be fair, I'm
Made-
going to add something to this. Zach has legitimately changed already a decent portion of the stuff.
Yeah, I just keep in all the
Also find it-
the bare bones of it.
I find it really funny that I spec'd the hardest into charisma and I've spoken the least in character in this campaign.
I'm
Bro,
surprised.
talk.
honestly.
You can talk. Come talk to me. Talk to me, Revik.
I don't think fast enough
Also-
on my feet to beat the rest of the party to talking ever.
Fair enough.
If
not
you,
not
if,
as Reddick, at least.
Oh, okay.
Zach,
Like I have a number of other. I play in 5 campaigns right now, and I am more in tune with my other characters than I am Reddick.
Damn.
Well, we'll find out Revik's portion when you get sent to hell. I mean,
To hell with you.
wait, what? Oh no. Also, Vic, I wanted to ask,
yes.
can I have any information about that thing that you mentioned earlier, like a while ago, in my DMs?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Was it
What?
about the?
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share this. That's why I'm being a little secretive.
It's up to you because it's technically knowledge that you would have. So it's whether or not you want me to say it out loud or.
Well,
type it in
that's the
chat.
reason. Is because like I don't know if I want to share it.
Okay, so I will type it to you first. You're allowed to share because it's gonna be your information. You're allowed to share whatever you see fit. But
Okay.
I do have to use the restroom right now, so I'm just gonna put a reminder.
Oh, yeah. For context, Janik said it best. Dom literally outthinks the DM. You can ask Zach. You can legitimately ask Zach, and if you know Gus, you can ask Gus the same thing. I've played in both of their campaigns to some extent.
All right, I gotta use the
And-
restroom. I'll be back. All right,
and they
I
have
won't be back. I gotta go. Bye.
Bye.
I'm probably gonna leave as well. I'll see ya.
Bye.
Bye.
They have legitimately told me, they've said, "What the fuck, dude? Is what I'm making too obvious? How did you think about that?"
I mean, to be fair, Casimir having a ticket is somewhat obvious that like major players are gonna have tickets.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, Casimir is an important person. That makes sense why they would have invited. Oh my god, it's all the important people. Strahd knows about it. He's been given a ticket. So and so knows about it, or would know about it, so they've been given a ticket. So the only other person that I could think of that would have a ticket is Madame Ava.
I don't know. Who's Madame Ava?
What? We met her at the beginning. She was the one who gave fortunes.
Right.
Unless
Again,
that
I
is-
play in 5 games, so I don't have any of this shit memorized. Like,
Gotcha. No worries. You're good. You're good. The only other people that would have them, the tickets at least, would be mine and Hannah's backstories. Somehow they would have tickets.
I mean, I've already been, so I found a ticket at some point in my past life.
Oh, so you have a ticket. So we have 2 tickets.
No. Not anymore.
Gotcha.
I used it to go to Carnival.
Oh, I thought I thought you had found an additional one outside of it.
No. See, you have to get to the Carnival because, like, he works at the Carnival, but you have to get to the Carnival first before you can even gain a job. Like, you have to be there in the first place.
Mm-hmm. All right. Goodbye, Janik. And to, I don't think there's anyone else here. Oh, there. Hi, Jamie. And to the one person who's apparently watching the YouTube videos. Thanks for watching. I stream on Thursdays. Bye.